We'll do it live. We'll do it live because we are live. Welcome 2024. Three brothers and a shot of milk. We're all here.
We're
Hey,
we're, we're here.
We're here.
We were here last week, Chris. We already
and
did the Happy New Year show
he
already.
wasn't
Well,
he wasn't here last year.
I wasn't here last week. I was in Magic Kingdom at this time last week.
Oh.
So your heart should bleed for me because now I am broke.
Nope. Facts.
Yeah, but welcome. We're glad to be here. I'm glad to be back for the new year. We're talking about comic books, TV, anime, toys, action figures, and movies and more. I am Chris St. Victor. We got my cousin Lauren St. Victor. We got my white cousin Jack Walker Pearson. We got my light skinned cousin Rich Wilson. And fellas, what are you doing? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing? How was your week? Don't all jump on at one time.
all right, let me start it off. I've been playing two video games this week. One is called, I don't know if you can see this, Nobody Saves the World. You can't really see that. It's a dungeon crawler. It's pretty interesting. It follows this guy who wakes up, he gets a wizarding wand, and he evolves into other forms as you play the game. It's pretty entertaining for just a little dungeon crawler. The other thing I've been playing since the end of last year is this game called, again, probably can't see it very well. Let me see. Cult of the Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb.
And it's borderline sacrilegious. So it's an interesting play, but it's a dungeon crawler again, and it's pretty it's pretty entertaining, but I'm not gonna lie, there were a few moments in the game where I'm like, I don't know, man. I just don't know if I'm safe playing this game. And the other thing I wanted to tell you, I started reading is I picked this up. I went to a bookstore and I saw Oppenheimer, the screenplay. And I said, and I love reading plays and screenplays and stuff. I write a lot. And so I was like, Nolan's at the top of his game. I'm interested to pick up the screenplay and see what it looked like on page. Because there's always this interesting thing between the page and what gets made. And so I was like, what's this guy's starting point? So I picked up this play and I started reading it. And Lawrence, I have to tell you, he's brilliant. Like, Christopher Nolan is brilliant. Yeah. He does something in this screenplay that I have never seen anybody do. And I have read, and Lawrence can contest to this, I have read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of plays and screenplays.
Facts.
I've never seen any playwright ever do what he does. I could have missed it, but this whole play is written from a first-person point of view. So instead of the scene direction saying, Jack crosses to the door, it says, and I crossed to the door.
Wow.
Imagine
Rich, you saw some big respect, Rich. That's huge. No, respect the craft, Rich.
And I started thinking, I go, imagine being Cillian Murphy and reading this and reading an entire screenplay that's written from your character's point of view. Like the whole thing.
I get it. They're hating on you, Jack.
I get it too. I'm here with it. I'm here. I find it disrespectful that every time you talk about acting stuff, you always say Lawrence.
You're right.
There's two other people here.
Exactly.
You're right.
And Chris was in my first independent movie. Remember Psychopath, Chris?
I was.
You're right. So I apologize, but so I'm floored reading this, I guess is what I'm saying, and it affected me in two ways. Artistically, I thought, oh my God, Christopher Nolan is honest to God brilliant. And I also thought that anyone without his credits that made the same choice in their script would have been laughed out the door. Because someone who's in the industry reading this would go, oh, this guy doesn't know how to format a script.
Yeah.
But in Christopher Nolan, you get to make that choice, and he's brilliant. It was crazy. It's crazy reading.
It would have to be brilliant, or else people would think like, "Oh, you're doing something to be different." but the substance isn't strong enough.
Man, it's wild. I'll let you borrow it when I'm done.
You know
with
I ain't gonna read
He's
that.
not gonna read it, Jack.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still working on your old man
We'll
Logan.
never get it back.
Old Man Logan. Who's next?
Listen,
Who's up next?
I don't be asking to read this stuff.
You should. That should be on your list. Man. Read Old Man Logan.
Fair,
It's pretty good.
fair.
Mm.
My week, man. Haven't done much, but I have been watching The Brothers' Son. That joint is a good time.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
is a good. Rich, is it not a good time?
It is. It is. I
It's
enjoy it.
funny. It's
Mhm.
action packed.
Yes.
Yo, and it made me do a deep dive. Did you guys know that Michelle Yeoh has not studied martial arts? She is not a martial artist, technically. She's a ballet dancer, and everything she's ever picked up was always on set from choreographers.
I think it's a little racist that you assume that she has studied martial arts, Lawrence.
It's not. Have you seen her movies?
Well, it was
Anyone
assumed, like
would
all
assume.
of the, yeah, like
Have you not seen her movies, Chris?
I have.
Because it's not just that. Like, listen, Keanu Reeves made us all believe he can do martial arts, but like to be in China making them Chinese movies with Jackie Chan and that audience buy it.
But in
It's pretty
Keanu
amazing.
Reeves' defense, he does study martial arts now. He's like very immersed in jujitsu.
I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about when he did The Matrix. He
was
knew as
studying-
much
he was
martial
studying
arts as Michelle Yeoh did doing like Super Cop, which is
That might be-
crazy.
But to be fair, I can see a lot of the ballet skills and body control crossover.
It's not
Yeah.
just it's not just
choreographies.
it's not just that. It's the technique of the martial art form she's using in it. It's not just she can throw the kicks and make pretty moves. There's a ferocity in her fighting style that makes her look like a fighter. Because you got people, Billy and Kimberly and Power Rangers knew how to move. They were gymnasts. But when you got like a fighter, like she fought like a fighter, which is pretty amazing. I thought she would have taken something as somewhere, but no.
But also, what's crazy about it is her weapons technique is.
Bro,
is
that's what I'm talking about. Like she has a gift for
She's a
picking
treasure.
up movement. And so,
Yeah.
and the other lead in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the other woman, didn't know martial arts either. Just these dancers who are able to interpret all types of movement and grab swords and freaking stabs.
You know, I got to tell you,
Acting.
I got mixed feelings about that. What is
Rich,
that?
whoever's doing that, we ain't got no one's on the chat yet.
On the chat. No, I got mixed feelings about that because on one side I go, oh boy, are we getting into this one?
Come on, Jack. If we're gonna do it,
All right.
If we're gonna
Well,
do
listen,
it, let's
man,
do it.
like Iron Fist is an example where that went really wrong for production, right? You're like,
Yep.
what happened? You tell me you couldn't find a dope ass martial artist who knew how to say 3 lines and walk in a straight line to act this part?
No.
Well, I mean, it was more than say 3 lines. He's kind of the lead of the show.
I mean, have you guys seen the movie Whiplash?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well, ish. Parts of it. Most of it.
No.
The short film. I saw the trailer. I saw an interview.
All right.
I know what you're talking about.
Then I will speak to the nature of the content vaguely. They cast a guy in the part whose name won't go said then, since nobody's seen the movie. But the movie focuses around a drummer. And they cast the guy who is brilliant in the film. He's brilliant in the film, not knowing that he knew how to play the drums. Like, why would you do that? Now, he ended up actually knowing how to play the drums, and it translates incredible on film. But I'm constantly a little baffled by choices our industry makes.
But then, by your logic, we shouldn't have had Charlie Cox play Daredevil or Keanu Reeves be in The Matrix.
Things should be vetted.
Or,
But look at The Matrix. Keanu Reeves had a year of pre-production to get.
Iron Fist is kind of an outlier, though. Like there's more actors that rise to the challenge.
Now hold up, though. Steven Seagal, pretty brilliant.
Hey.
Yeah, you're right.
Steven Seagal has been
I find
Seagal pretty brilliant at his height, though.
But I find that Iron Fist is exceptionally bad. Like it stands on its own as far as someone that can't translate the fight scenes. Usually The stunt doubles will match the actors. Matt Damon killed it in Born Identity. Like you,
I wonder if some of the nature of that is also film and television. Television tends to move a little quicker, and you've less time to rehearse things.
and you don't need the actor to be good. You just need to be able to choreograph a fight scene where you know your cuts for the stunt double to be in. Like that probably was more telling on their post production experience because they all got stunt doubles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
every last one of them. But if you can't
all
cut around the choreography well, and the choreography doesn't look good, but I mean, nobody in the Matrix knew martial arts, Jack. That's my point. My point is this: nobody
martial arts.
Nobody.
And I would prefer actors getting acting jobs than fighters getting acting jobs because there's fight scenes in this movie that still needs to have dialogue.
A fighter can't be an actor.
Yeah, what's that mean, Lars? I'm offended.
Yeah.
If a fighter becomes an actor, then he's an actor. So I'm not talking about him.
But he's still a fighter.
But he's an actor.
But
I'm talking about you just seeking not this guy who can move, who has acted a day in his life.
What about
now
actors
carry your movie?
Like Frank?
Say it again.
Frank, say that to Ron. Go ahead. I'm sorry, talking over you, Jack.
You go ahead. We're all talking at the same time. What
about stunt actors who become actors?
And they're actors. They became an actor.
So you just
wrestlers who become
negate
actors?
all of their stunting?
No, they can use it. But if you're looking for a fighter in your boxing movie and you decide to get Bernard Tarver to throw in to be Stallone's villain in the last Rocky movie, there's going to be a weakness in his acting because you didn't seek out a boxer who knows how to act. You just sought out a boxer. Bernard Tarver.
Remember that Bernard Hopkins and Antonio Tarver?
No,
remember
but
that point in time
yeah,
of stunt actors be getting movie roles?
Say that again.
Remember that point in time with stunt actors getting their own movie roles? There was like a few. There was like 3 stunt women that got their own movies.
Well, Oscar said it gave them the opportunity to learn, and mostly that's what stunt doubles are for, right? Yeah, it's true. Stunt doubles are there to work on with the actors and collaborate. Rich, what did you say? I'm sorry.
It was a few movies. It was like I think it was like obviously early 2000s, but it was like a couple of movies that came out, like 3 or 4 movies that came out with stunt doubles, or well, not stunt doubles, but stunt women with their own like roles. Like one of them was like an assassin. I forgot the name of them joints.
Oh, Tarantino.
Now, what did Tarantino? Well, one of them was a Tarantino.
Robert Rodriguez. You know,
one of them was a Tarantino.
The blonde woman.
Yeah. One of them was a Tarantino stunt double. She was in there with Rosario Dawson. And
when Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino did the double feature with the cars and the zombies.
Yeah, there was that, and then there was a couple others. I actually like. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but a stunt performer is like. They're on set with the actors. Like them translating, and most of them probably wanted to be actors from the beginning anyway. So them translating to getting dialogue is an easier leap than you found this jack dude in some gym that knows how to box. Hey, let's give you a 5-page monologue. That's a little more rough. But hey, do what you want, Jack. Do what you want with your movie.
Right. Oscar, thanks for joining. I think new to the channel.
Thank you, Oscar. Oscar, Guitar Scar, and etc., so on and so forth. So the rest of my week,
yeah, that's right. We're still talking about this.
No, we're still talking.
That's all I did. That's all. I just watched the Brothas
and
watched real movies, not real movies, but movies, dramatic movies. Watch Saltburn. I know it's off topic, but
drinking the bathwater.
Hey, he drank more than bathwater. If you watch Saltburn, you know what I'm talking about. If you watch Saltburn, you know what I'm talking about. There's worser things that goes in his mouth than bathwater.
What else did you watch, Lauren?
Okay.
May, December. That Julianne Moore.
June and July.
I heard that's really good.
Nice. The performances are. The movie kind of just sits there. But the performances are fantastic. Yeah, the movie doesn't go into where you hoped it would go into. But the performances are sick. That's all I'll say. This is a massive derail. Oscar Guitar Scar. I haven't used this YouTube in forever. Just created it centuries ago. Dude, that's
the right channel.
I still have my email still AOL.com. So I understand how you feel. All right. Rich, how was your week? I'm sorry, Chris. I took over your job.
Man, my week was just work. What can I say? Just work, a lot of work. The shop's flooding, taking on responsibilities I don't get paid to do. Yeah, usual stuff, right? What have I been watching? Oh, thank you for asking again. I've been watching that dungeon anime.
With the chefs
Yeah.
trying to make food.
I mean, it's week by week thing. It's not trying to. They're making food, and if anyone knows anything about anime foods, they look good. They make it look good. It's like, yo,
The
how can
rice
I
always
get
looks
that?
banging in anime.
Yeah, like everything looks good. But yeah, the show has a lot of heart, character, soul, and texture. Jack. And I'm liking. I'm gonna stick with it. It's a week by week thing, so I'm gonna stick with it. I watched this thing that we're covering today, which is Echo, and
Didn't watch that.
we'll talk about that.
Seems like you.
I
Seems
think
like
it's
you love
gonna
it.
be a big disagreement when it comes to Echo, Rich.
I do too.
If you
I
say
do
so.
too.
Yo, I started playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla because it's on Game Pass now.
How is that?
It's all right.
It's
all right.
Vikings, huh? They're
It's
all Vikings
Vikings.
now. Is that
Yeah.
cool? It's not cool.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind the Viking part, but it's just the gameplay itself is kind of it gets kind of wonky at times. But the
Is it
story
not
so far is all right, huh?
Is it different than any of the other Assassin's Creed games?
Well, my thing was Assassin's Creed. I don't play like every one that comes out. Like I'll take time off. I'll play like one, and like two will come out, and then I'll play the next one. So like the one I played before this one was the pirate one, the Black Flag, I think it was. Yeah,
I played that one.
and then the one before. Oh no, I'm sorry, no. It was the Egyptian one because I think that came out after Black Flag.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. So I played like maybe like 1 and 2, and then I played the English, the one when they were in England or
Mhm.
London during the industrial times, and then after that when I played Black Flag. No, I played another one that was in the Middle East. Then I played Black Flag. Then I played the Egyptian one. I barely got into that, and now I'm playing this one. We'll see what happens.
Seems like you play all of them. You said
Yeah,
you
I was gonna
skipped like
say.
2.
That's not all of them though. That's not all.
Okay.
There's way more.
What?
Jeez.
What else? I think that's all I've been doing. I've been watching that. I haven't been watching anything special besides the Dungeon Joint. The Dungeon Joint. I need to watch that.
Is that a must watch, Rich?
Well,
Careful.
let's give it a couple more episodes.
Okay.
Right now, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough.
Okay, Chris.
Did we miss someone? I feel like we missed.
Thank you. I've been watching True Detective. I'm on season 2, which is
Oh, you went back.
yeah. I went back. I only watched season 1, and then I started watching season 2.
I couldn't
Well,
get through season 2. Had a
I'm
hard
digging
time.
it now. It's
Yeah.
slow in the beginning, and then I'm really digging it.
Season
watched-
2 is the least like the True Detective series.
I think
Is it?
so. But
It's with
supposedly
Colin
the one-
Farrell and
Yeah, and
Taylor Hitch.
and the one that's dropping tonight is supposed to be like amazing. The night
Season 4 is dropping.
I believe it's dropping tonight on Max.
I never saw the Mahershala Ali one.
I didn't either, but we'll see
It's
what
not bad. It does the time jumping like the first one does. The first one is still season 1.
The first one was amazing.
And Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. It's like, why don't you guys work together all the
Yo,
time?
but that's what's funny about it. The first one was so good. That series is getting 3 more opportunities. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Shoot.
What else, Chris? You went to
watched,
Magic Kingdom.
I
also.
watched. I was in Magic Kingdom, so I watched a ton of. We watch every night. We watch Disney movies to be in the Disney. So we watched Lilo and Stitch and Snow White and Incredibles, Incredibles 2, Big Hero 6. So I watched a ton of Disney content. I watched that Mommy Dead, Mommy Dearest about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the girl that everyone's going crazy about on the internet because she just got released from prison because she killed her mother. And I had no idea what her backstory was. So Viv and I watched it last night. And it's a little bananas. I'm not going to lie. It's like Munchausen. The mom had like Munchausen by proxy syndrome where she kept her sick and she wasn't really sick and she didn't have leukemia. But they didn't explain how she got past all the doctors. It was weird. It's just weird. Man. But that's it. That's
Content adjacent.
Yeah, not really content adjacent.
The birth of a supervillain. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's get back on track, shall we? Lawrence, do you have a joke for us?
No, I do not have a joke for us.
You know what? I don't like how you set this up, man. You should just come in with the joke, man.
Well, I
Very,
believe in the
very.
instructions. I asked Lawrence to have the joke, but
Why do I got to do the joke? This is your show.
okay,
and
fine.
Jack-
Then I'm going to ask our robot
Oh,
overlord.
there we go. I said you and
The
Jack must be giving
robot
people
overlords.
jobs.
I tell you.
I will ask the robot, or even though I did ask Lawrence in the instructions.
Man, I don't read your.
We're doing it live.
That's my fault. I know. I should have known better than to have a Negro read.
You know I don't read.
So we'll turn to a robot overlord. Hey, Vicious Rock, and we'll have everyone who has an Alexa set off their Alexa. Alexa, tell me a superhero joke.
What is Aquaman's favorite art form?
What?
Watercolors.
That's pretty decent.
Oh, there we go.
That's pretty decent.
It's yeah, it's something. All right, it's a joke.
That's
All right.
Oh, Vicious Rockscar. Excuse me, Vicious Rockscar 883 is in the house. What is going on? That's a dope name.
Yeah, it is
Vicious
a dope
Rockscar.
Vicious
We got
Rockstar.
we got two scars in the group today.
We
We
do.
do. Is Vicious Rockscar and Oscar Guitar Scar? Are you guys?
You guys
related?
Are you guys in a band?
Are you guys
I was
in
gonna say,
cahoots?
are you guys in a band?
Did you guys just become best friends?
Martha.
All right, so let's redeem that. Let's take a left at the light, a right at the stop sign, go around the weird guy in the corner, and that will leave us at the collector's corner.
It's show and tell time.
Thank you. Here at the collector's corner, we show stuff from our personal collections, whether they're worth millions of dollars, like in my case, or worthless, like in everyone else's case on the show. So, fellas.
So
Okay.
bad.
Yes. Wow.
I'm still salty from you guys ragging on my 3D prints.
So Chris is going first.
So I'll go first. So I'm going to show one of my Christmas pickups, which is this is a Superpowers Batmobile.
Hey,
So-
his camera fits in the car.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And then the back opens up to release boosters. And of course, I realized that I didn't have the right Batman and Robin for it. So the day after Christmas, I had to go and order this Batman and Robin to go into my Superpowers Batmobile.
Okay.
Now, I'm confused by something. You have Robin in the driver's seat.
No, I didn't. It's just reverse, I think, the way you're looking at it.
Robin can drive, Jack. With Batman, which one chill?
No.
Yeah.
Batman
What
whatever
version of
show.
Batman would that be?
Exactly.
No,
You
Batman's
ain't
driving.
driving.
But hold on, Chris. I'm fixing my name. I want to do something. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Keep
go ahead.
that
I know where
going.
you're
Keep that. You know where I'm going, Chris.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this.
Come on.
So you press this, and it has a battering ram.
Battering ram.
You know what's funny is my mother-in-law got this for me, and she
How much do you
actually
think those
bought me
custom hubcaps cost?
That
Say
is
again?
sick.
I don't
Let me
know.
get a look at that, Chris. I didn't get to get a look at it.
She actually bought me more toys than she bought Sebastian.
Okay.
Well done, Viv. Now, what's so cool about? Did you show all the features yet?
Yep, I showed that
Yeah.
and the
Yo, what's so cool about the McFarlane Superpowers line is that he's changing it up, but it still like
it's
matches the 80s.
yep.
There's still so it still hits nostalgia, but if you already have this and want to get another one, you don't feel like you're buying it twice.
Yep.
So
Why don't you take it? See, let me make you big right now, because
Wait, what? That's not.
Pause.
I mean, what?
Well, this isn't my showing, but I just want to show you guys the comparison between. Here we go, and etc. So on and so forth. Can't wait for the next wave of McFarlane Superpowers. You need to get the Whirly Bat. Yo, I don't got enough. I'm having a space issue, dude.
yeah, me too.
You
I
guys
do
have
have
the space
I do have
issues?
the jet though. Here's Wonder Woman's jet.
Well done, Chris.
So
Wow.
what I did there?
Well done.
Ha.
But just to compare, this is the original, and you just see how dope McFarlane was able to capture the spirit of it, but create something new. I guess while I'm big, I'll go next. Yo, I'm showing y'all a few figures. What do you wait? Hold on. Milk. What are you drinking?
What are you thinking?
All right. I've got coffee with a little bit of chocolate protein in it. It's very tasty.
Gangs Day. Go ahead,
Oh,
Jack.
shoot. There you go.
I'm showing you guys just a bunch of deals. Deals. So
Okay.
I picked up. I was looking at this for a while. This Green Arrow DC Multiverse figure. Christian, what you doing in my room?
Hey, there he is. We're raiding. We're raiding.
Touch
What are
all
we
daddy's
playing with?
toys.
Take the Batmobile. Take the Batmobile.
He just said, "You want to play some video games?"
That's it.
Christian,
Not the time,
come
baby.
here, baby.
4 brothers and a
Hey,
shot
buddy.
of milk.
Hey.
Want to say hi? Say hi to the world. Say hi, world.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, get up, get out of here, Christian.
Get
Doing a show.
Get
Get out of here, boy.
Get changed.
Let me lock the door. This is live, everybody. Okay, so Green Arrow, Ross, Dress for Less. I got this for like $8, man.
Can't bargain.
$8, a $20 figure for $8. Can't beat that. And then Chris sent me a Christmas gift, and I know where he got it from because you can't beat this freaking deal right here.
All right.
An affirmative action collection.
How much was this, Chris? Do you remember?
Probably like $6.
$6. And I wasn't gonna get this one because it's a new 52 one. It's an odd sculpt, but for $6, Chris,
You can't go wrong.
it's
I
a
can buy it for
must
myself.
have. Come on, Static Shock. He has his board, and this was $6 at Target, man. You can't have an affirmative action collection without having
Without
Sunman.
Sunman.
Yo,
Sunman.
I've been looking at this figure for a while. This is the one from back in the 80s where the mother saw her son playing with He-Man toys
Oh,
and
yeah.
decided to take one and make him like a black hero, so he has someone that looks like himself. Well, then Mattel jumped on and eventually, so in the new line of He-Man figures, they made him in this kind of 7-inch sculpt right there. Yes, Chris, you know what it is. So
Yep.
this is dope. This is on the shelf, and I feel like these 3 figures still cost half as much as what McFarlane's trying to have people buy now.
Yep.
So that's my pickups.
Nice.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. I'm here to show you something that I got in the mail from Chris, our host. I'm like, hey, might as well show it out now. I'm assuming it's for Christmas, right? I didn't get a card, but Christmas. We're just going to assume.
Sorry, next time I write you a bad heartfelt card.
You know, I mean, I don't,
Is Chris always sending you gifts, Rich, where it's hard to keep track?
not really. So you know, I'm just wondering. But I opened it up. I'm like, oh, this is great. I don't know how this fits in my collection, but it's going to go somewhere. I guess because he's a black guy. But Batwing,
The affirmative. Do you have any Batman DC multiverse figures?
He
Rich?
does
I
now.
just have I was doing the evil Batmans.
Okay. Yeah.
And I started doing that, so that's the only ones I have. But yeah, I got Batwing here, so I guess he'll fight the evil Batmans and lose because he's not a main character. That's being the evil Batman. All right, but yeah, honestly, like if he came in that black right there, that would look dope. But the silver's all right too.
Well,
that black. Why did he do that?
McFarlane does that all the time. But if you look at the suit, the figure, you'll see mad detail that if you ever wanted to like give it a wash or like kind of a gloss kind of paint to bring out the details, Jack can talk to you more about that. You would actually see some dope details in there.
Yeah.
In the scope.
My man comes with a stand, a card obviously, wings, and some booster blast for his feet, I'm assuming.
Do you and Chris open toys? Even Chris, like, do you guys have just everything's in a box?
Listen, first of all, I have minimum space. This is all the space I have, so I have to be careful what I open and where I'm going to put it. All right?
That's fair. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, there's another blast, too. I don't know what blast that is. What blaster that is? Is it blue? I don't know what that one is. Maybe.
The 2 go for his. Does he have one in his back? Maybe he's one in his back.
I haven't opened mine. I have one too, Rich. I haven't even opened mine either.
Oh, okay, because he has the yellow one down here
For his feet.
The blue one up there.
Maybe it's like a little jetpack back there.
Yeah.
Maybe. But anyway, thank you, Chris. I
You're
appreciate
very
it.
welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you, Chris.
Very welcome.
Well, since we're all thanking Chris, I'll thank Chris too. Chris gave me the only white figure this year. I took his head off.
Thanks, Jack.
Wait,
Okay.
you did, Chris. You got me and Rich black figures, and you got Jack the white. You did.
I did.
For what's that worth? Now I almost bought the one you got, Rich, because I was gonna make myself a steel figure, and I figured that was a really good starting point for it.
Okay.
And then McFarlane showed it was releasing the steel, so I never picked that guy up.
Speaking of
Yep.
Rich Jack, mine just shipped. Did you get your notification?
I did not yet. And then I also got this figure stand Chris sent me. I'm making my own custom Berserk figure,
Yeah.
and this stand came right in time for it. Not done yet, still working on them.
Nice.
But
It gets
that's
crazy
not what I
when
want to
you're
show you guys.
It gets crazy.
This one. What I want to show you guys is this.
All right.
This is my Superman number 6.
Nice.
What?
Yep. This guy is from 1940. Came out September 1940. And that's my show and tell this week.
How much is that worth, Jack?
Well, Chris, that is entirely dependent on the grade.
Yes.
But I would assume that this thing would probably grade. If I had to guess, and if I was being honest, I'd say this is probably somewhere in the 4,000 range.
Wait, hold on. You ready to just skip on past this? You about to put it down? That's what I have for the week. Let's break this down. Is that an original printing?
This is from 1940. Yeah,
Whose
this thing is
scribble is
80
that?
something years old, 84 years old, give or take.
Whose scribble is that on the bottom? What's that on the bottom?
No, that's part of the print.
That's an iconic freaking cover. Where did you get this? How did you get this? And how big was the loan you took out to buy this?
Right. Well, all those questions are fair. So there is a list of comic books that I am gunning for and have been gunning for quite some time, and I tend to keep an eye on them and see what auctions are. I got this guy for under $1,000.
Okay.
And I would say it's probably, I mean, it's easily way more than that. So what I paid for it.
What
But
would
it's
make
one of the
somebody
things-
undersell it that much? It's kind of fall on hard times. They have too like what?
Yeah, I don't know. eBay is the wild west of pricing.
Well, I'm
So
looking at a thing right now, and one sold on this site in 2020 for is a 9.0 grade, and it sold for $38,400.
Yeah, this is not going to be a 9.0. I would guess this is probably in the 4 to 5.
Oh, well,
Let me
good
see
thing
the
you said
ages.
that, because a four grade one sold for 3,300.
Right.
Let me see those
So I'm
edges.
assuming this guy probably should easily be selling for 4 to 5,000. I mean, it's in surprisingly good condition.
Let me see the crease. Put it closer to your camera.
Creases you
Let me
press
see the
out.
edges. So what's the problem?
No problem. You just got to get it clean, pressed, and graded. This guy.
No, what I'm saying. So why would this be a 4? Like, what's wrong with it?
Oh, well, you can look at how there's like
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
just where the thing you can't really out.
Yo, Oscar hit it. How crazy it's gonna be 100 years old in 16 years.
Damn.
100, dude. That's like art for real.
Yeah.
No, it is for real. Yeah. So
history.
I'm super stoked
is.
to add this one to my collection. I've been gunning for this one specifically. I like the cover a lot better than Superman 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's got this real iconic classic right off the classic cartoon movie jacket kind of pose. So I've been gunning for this one for a few years now. So when I saw it for sometimes things on eBay, it almost feels like nobody's seeing it. And so
somebody
I'll
needs
put
to
out-
get rid of it as soon as it's just
Yeah.
trying to like get some cash.
well, something like this should have 50 to 100 bids on it, and then usually someone's going to splash the pot at the end of the bid. But I put in a really modest bid, and then no one bid on it, so I just kind of got it, and I was surprised.
Shoot, good for you, man.
You know,
Good for you.
there's three classic covers that to me like matter. It's Action Comics 1 with the car, Superman 1 with him kind of like flying,
Yeah.
and that one.
That
And
one.
that
And that
I think
one.
I have that print somewhere in my office. I have that.
Yeah.
that
and that's why I was going for it, because obviously Action Comics #1, yeah, but I'm gonna get that not unless my life changes a little bit, and then I probably would get it. And then Superman #1, obviously iconic, and I have reprintings of both of those. But yeah, and then Superman #6 is just such an iconic cover.
Well done, Jack. Jack might have
Nice.
won. We're all here showing our sales. I got this for $6.99
Yeah, I
at
got
Ross.
this at
There.
Ross.
Jack just goes boom. And Chris, by the way, we don't say your collection is just sentimental because you make your figures. We were saying that way before you were making your own figures.
Whatever, you jerk. Whatever. You know what? With that said, let's move on to the news.
It's time for the news.
The news.
The news. Hey, Rich, give me my transition music too.
Hey.
So, hey, did you guys know that Dakota Johnson was saying that most fans she promises, guarantees fans will love Madam Web so much that she thinks they're gonna see it twice.
Yeah, sure.
that's a. Have you guys seen the trailer for Madam Web?
It is coming out
I
this year.
have. I have.
Yeah.
It looks cool to me. It doesn't. It looks way better for me than Craven, Morbius, like every Sony Spider-Man adjacent film. Except I'll give you Venom's trailer looked dope. So I'm not saying better than Venom, but better than the rest of them Sony joints, not including Spider-Verse, of course, but the live actions.
Madam Web gives me the same thing that I compare a lot of things to. It's like you're going to your best friend's house, but your best friend isn't there, so you're hanging out with your.
That's Venom. You know that's Venom, Chris.
Venom, but no, Venom is like
Venom.
that's like if your best friend's
Wait,
not
no,
there,
no.
your best friend's brother is there. So you get okay. I can still play video games and rock with the brother, but Madam Web is like okay, I'm hanging out with my best friend's mom and my best friend's aunt and the weird guy from across the street.
But they're not telling you it's something other.
Wow.
They're telling you exactly what it is.
It doesn't matter. I
What
can
I'm saying is
tell
you
you
can't have
doo-doo. It doesn't make it any better.
Chris, why you always use doo-doo analogies?
Yeah, I'll do that. You can't buyer's remorse on this. You know what you're picking up.
All right.
Nah,
So
I mean, it could be dope. I just don't know if it's going to be good enough to get over the stink that people have against comic book movies right now. I don't think that's going to be the one.
It's hard getting rid of the stink of doo-doo.
Hey,
Rich, can you actually get rid of the stink of doo-doo?
Yeah, sometimes you can. Even when you get rid of it, it's still in your nose. It's like it's always there.
burns
It's
the
like,
follicles.
yeah.
Ain't nothing worse than taking a dump when you right after you get out the shower. You feel like, oh,
That's the worst. Then you got to shower again.
You might as well go back to sleep and start your day over. Like,
might as well. Like, what's the point?
So that's how Madam Web is taking a dump after having to take a dump after taking a
I
shower.
haven't even seen that movie. What
I don't
what are
co-sign
you
on
talking
that.
about?
I don't co-sign on
Chris
that.
does not reflect the viewpoint
No.
of the show.
I see a movie where it looks Spider-Man adjacent and the heroes end up in costumes with masks. That's all I really want. It's not giving me this Craven the Hunter villains and it's sort of realistic or not. Put them in costume and have them fight crime. That's all I really need.
Pretty sure he's going to be in some sort of costume for that one.
Craven, he's just gonna wear a fur coat. It ain't enough for
Yeah,
me.
it
ain't enough for me. I need spandex and a mask, like traditional superhero wear. You know why? Because they're actually superheroes in Madam Web, not villains trying to turn anti-heroes.
Heroes? Yeah, right.
All right.
And in other news,
Another news. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire will be connected to the original movies more than Afterlife. And it's funny.
because the actors are in it.
Yeah, because now we actually have Winston Zedmore, who's actually going to be a part of it, not make a cameo. Janine Melnitz is going to be she's going to be busting. It's going to be it might be
But
good.
okay, but the act, I'm sure it will be, but like they literally were fighting Gozer in the last movie. Like they fought the villain from Ghostbusters 1. They don't get more connected. And then Egon came back from the act. It don't get more
Good point,
connected.
but let me tell you, director Gil Keenan says the movie will be more connected than the two than the original was. He was approached. It shares a strong connection with 84's and 89's Ghostbusters 2. So maybe that's what he means. He means because the first
More
one
cameos.
really had a touch with the first one, but not the second one. This is going to
Well,
really
there's
touch
also-
base with both ones. And those parkas that they have at the end of the trailer, those were
Yeah.
actually from the cartoon.
The
So
what?
that outfit, that scene where Paul Rudd is like, "Ooh," when they all have the orange Ghostbuster parkas on,
Yeah.
they actually had that scene in the real Ghostbusters
When
cartoon.
okay, so what she's saying is this next movie is going to feel more like a direct sequel to the original movies.
Yeah.
Whereas the last one felt more like a reboot that had nostalgia. This is going to feel like
Yeah.
it could pick up from
Well,
1989.
it's also set in New York City, so of course it's going to feel,
That's true.
you know.
That's true. I want to see these grown men 70 plus running around New York City with proton packs on.
Right?
I mean, how old is Harrison Ford?
Don't even go
Listen.
there. Yo, etc. So on and so forth is right. That Ghostbusters game is actually the true sequel to the original movies. I feel like that was wasn't that their
Well,
script, etc. that got thrown out by Hollywood
I
and
think
they
so.
turned it into a game?
And then if you watch the cartoon picks up right where the movie ends too.
But the cartoon, according to the comic books, is like not the actual universe. It's its own universe. So
I've been watching Real Ghostbusters lately. It's really good.
Real
It's really
Ghostbusters hits.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, I figured that was it, etc. I remember
You had to choose
Dan
those
Aykroyd.
words.
Hey, you all right?
Don't let it go to your head, Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that up there randomly for the rest of the show.
just let it ride. Make that into a T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Moving on.
It does,
Fantastic.
it does
Go ahead,
look good. I'm sorry. No, that trailer does look good.
I mean,
Looks
look,
good.
you had
Rich
me
don't
at-
like it. Rich is hating on it.
Rich, come on. You had me at freaking
was-
Cruel Summer.
You
Anytime
were
have
hating. No, you were hating on that Ghostbusters trailer. You
I
were.
mean, it wasn't showing anything. I was like, what's happening right here? Like, how are you gonna have these kids running around fighting ghosts? What's happening? I need something.
All right.
All right.
Well,
We'll let them know, Rich. We gotta let
the
'em know.
rock star is also excited for the movie.
There you go. Good.
Wait,
Good.
did I miss you?
Nah,
Yes, Vicious Rockstar.
There it is.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I don't know if
I
it's in
think-
my top 3 of like all of 2024, but
I'm hyped for it.
Nah.
I love Ghostbusters.
It's not.
We'll get to that.
I didn't love Ghostbusters 2.
We
I
loved
felt-
Afterlife.
I loved
But-
Afterlife. I mean, Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
yeah. I know I
It's
loved
good that this
Afterlife.
one's going to be tied to it.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. Hey, Fantastic Four production is gonna. The start date is reportedly revealed. They're gonna start filming in May for Fantastic Four.
Speak to me when y'all got a cast for real. 'Cause until
Bro.
then, I ain't got nothing to say.
Let me ask you this: do you guys feel the Fantastic Four movies are cursed? Because has there ever been a good one?
No, but the original one, they made it to keep the license, so it succeeded with that. And the last 2 weren't good, but they were so good it's bad. Like they made enough money to make a second one, Rise of the Silver Surfer. So they were
What about-
successful in their own right.
And what about that reboot with Michael B. Jordan?
I always forget about that one.
That
I always
Wow.
fan 4 stick. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. I haven't
no.
seen that. I won't even watch it on the airplane. I'm like, I have no,
No,
desire.
don't. That thing was it ends, and you're like, wait, that's it? That's what really happens?
Well, listen,
Yes,
the first
yeah,
one
you know.
really gave us Chris Evans, which is great.
It did.
Yeah, the first one was fun. It was a fun, campy, very campy ride. Second
It
one, I
was
think
campy.
they dialed in the camp too much in Rise of Silver Surfer, but it was campy. It was fun. It was at a time where we weren't taking them too seriously.
True.
So I can't say they're cursed, but they haven't been
I don't know.
Iconic.
Yeah, they have not.
Which is
And
crazy.
Fantastic Four is an iconic property, an iconic franchise. So
Mhm.
it's you would think, Fantastic Four really should have played the spot where Guardians of the Galaxy filled.
If they
I
had the
think-
license, it definitely would have.
But it just fell short. And I think
When you look at IP like Fantastic Four, that was so successful back in the day as a comic book that it's where a lot of other characters got beta tested. They got a shot with the public making cameos and
Black Panther, man.
Black Panther.
Right?
Yeah.
Black Panther. I have that comic.
I do. I have mine. Yeah, mine's in an anthology. But yeah. But in all fairness, none of these attempts were actually from Marvel. They were from who they licensed their material. So we never saw them take a swing at it. So
Right.
hopefully this will be dope.
I hope so.
It needs to be dope.
It
Like
needs
it
to be
needs
dope.
to be.
Look, we're kind of in a rut right now. So
We talked about this last week, Chris, and like about superhero fatigue. It's all over the place, and we were talking like it's never going to be fatigue for us because we're the geeks, but for like your wife, my wife, people who like want to see a good movie, but they're kind of over the whole thing. They got a couple more of these big ones to really like sour the taste of people.
see, real quick, I don't want to derail, but
Michael
I
B.
don't.
Jordan, Fantastic Four, and Marvel's Echo are like two bowls of doo doo. The only difference is the smell. Oh, I'm definitely disagreeing with you about Echo.
Yeah,
I'm definitely disagreeing with you about Echo. But I love the doo doo conversation. I'm like that this whole doo doo thing has taken off.
Oh my dude, baby.
Hey.
And other news.
In other news.
The fatigue thing. I think it's not just necessarily. Yeah, it's fatigue, but I think if we had way better content, it wouldn't be a problem, right?
See, me and Rich talked about this last week. If you listen to this podcast, or we're not a podcast, if you watch the live, Chris, you would know. Me and Chris talked about this. I mean, me and Rich talked about it last week. Like, it doesn't matter. You can have the best candy, your favorite candy in the world. If you have it every single day, it's going to not be so special. And we are bombarded with this kind of content.
It might not be so special, but it's still going to be
delicious.
No, you're gonna be searching for other This is a dopamine hit when you wait for something and it comes out. Yeah. You still need a dopamine hit when it comes to these movies. You still need to generate excitement. Excitement to go spend $100 at the movies, to go with your lady and buy snacks.
It's something
they don't want you to wait for it to stream. They actually want you to go to the theaters.
Pay money for it.
But it's something on the other side of anticipation is where the equation's not being honored. Because if we're going stoked and anticipated, and then we show up and it's not delivered on some level, and we walk away from the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or the Quantum Mania, and we're like,
but see,
why was that on my top 3 list?
But you're right. Why? But you're speaking for geeks, the casual fan.
I'm speaking for me.
The casual audience member will go, I don't need to watch a superhero movie. I just saw one last month. I want to see something else. The casual person don't want to go to the movies only to see capes and tights. So, yeah, it's too much. I hate to say it. Not for the geeks, but I think for the casual audience member, it's a lot. And then when you have content that requires you to know other content just to enjoy the content you're watching. So you telling me I gotta watch Miss Marvel and WandaVision to go into this
actually
movie?
Don't, because clearly they didn't.
Miss Marvel did piggyback off of it. It did.
Okay,
I mean the Marvel's piggyback.
WandaVision was completely undone by
the point. The point is, you shouldn't have to watch 16 episodes of television to go to the Marvels. So when you see Monica Rambeau, you're not like, who is this and how does she get her powers? Well, you should have watched WandaVision. You would have saw her origin. I don't want to watch that.
I even forgot how she got her powers. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, what? I forgot to. And I watched it.
It's a lot.
All right. Well, speaking of superhero fatigue, I got some great news. Daredevil's Reborn. Deborah Ann Woll, who plays Karen Page, and Henson, what's his first name? I forgot his first name. Eldon Hansen will return. As
rumored. That's not.
As
all. It's rumored.
Schneider, they will reprise it.
They will.
That's what they're saying. That's what I'm looking at right
I thought
now.
it was a rumor. Well, that's
That's what I'm
interesting
looking-
because they recast.
Daredevil. Cox is out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They recast Fisk's lady, Vanessa. They
Yeah.
recast her, which led us believe that's what made us all believe like, oh, this isn't the same universe.
So let's
now
put
they're
a pin,
doubling back.
let's put a pin in that and discuss it when we talk about Echo, if that's all right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You're in charge, Chris. I'm
There
just
you go.
here.
Good. I like to hear that. Hey, Rich, I know you're excited because
What's up?
Halo Season 2, they're showing previews for the return.
I'm not excited, but I am going to begrudgingly watch it anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it too. I didn't finish the first season.
I'm not watching it.
Halo was a big disappointment for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, supposedly this is where they make they're actually go after, was it the Reach?
Yes,
Yes.
it's going to be the fall of Reach. They're gonna.
Yep, the
You're going
fall
to
of
see
the
it all
Reach.
happen.
Not the fall of
February.
Reacher. They're
not-
not bringing two shows
It's
together.
the Halo
yet.
Reacher crossover. Surprise! Reacher kills.
We can't
everything.
find armor to fit this guy. It's all right. He'll find it in some thrift store.
All he has is
Everything fits in a thrift
All
store.
he has is a toothbrush and a gun. He takes down the alien.
You know he will.
Yeah,
Where's he
man.
keeping his toothbrush in his pocket?
it's in his
You-
inside pocket of his jean
Don't
jacket.
ask
his
where he
Canadian
keeps that
tuxedo.
toothbrush and why it smells like doo doo.
Why does it smell like doo doo?
And how is he taking down these chicks with just a toothbrush and
This dude is never clean, but these girls love him.
He's a full-blown homeless person.
He is with a nice haircut and a 5 o'clock shadow that never grows in.
Oh
Oh,
man.
man.
But you know what else we're getting to of season 2 that's official? Ashoka season 2. And they announced it with some artwork about what season 2 may look like. The artwork doesn't give away, just a finger pointing with two people on the finger. It's like a giant, and that's it. So yeah,
I'm not
That's the
excited,
new?
but I'll watch it. Real quick, there was a new Masters of the Universe. What's the new? Is it Revolution? Revolution trailer.
yeah, Revolution.
First
of all,
They've gone on to say He-Man's in almost every single episode. They made it a point.
Where is Skelegod?
I think he showed up wherever Hordak is at the end. I think of Revelation.
So,
Didn't he?
Hordak is from She-Ra, right?
Right.
Hordak is from She-Ra, but according to the canon, Hordak was the dude that was the bigger bad over everybody. And Skeletor answered to him.
Guys, as the other dude's villain.
And Keith David voices him, so I'm gonna be there for that.
Hey,
Anyway.
let's go.
I'm gonna watch it. Look, as long as He-Man shows up, I'm good.
He's in it.
So
I saw Keith David in a coffee shop.
Did you say hello to him just to hear his savory voice?
I wanted to, and then I thought I'm gonna be respectful of this man's space.
Yeah, you know.
Nah, don't respect people's space. Come on.
No, listen. One time I met Donald Glover. Sorry, Danny Glover. Excuse me. I told you about this, right, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't say hello to him?
No, we actually had a conversation about vending machine food and the prices, how the prices went up. It was February, like maybe before Black History Month, and he was at the local college which I worked at the time. I used to do a little sweeping and whatnot. And I was on my break. I was getting some food or some snacks, and then he was just like, "Oh man, these prices keep going up." I'm like, "Tell me about it. This thing was like 25 cents less last week." But I ain't getting no money, no raise. I looked over and I saw it was him. I'm like, oh. And we just had a casual conversation about vending machine prices and how everything's going up. I'm just like, that was it. Then I walked away. I'm like,
you see what could have been, Jack? What could have been?
Yeah, I love it. And then I walked away.
I walked away.
You can, if you see a celebrity, you can go up to them and just like quickly say, I love your work. Be discreet, though. That's the worst thing for a celebrity is when you make it a big deal so everyone else sees them. They don't want that. I saw Chris Rock at the Palisades Mall. Went up to him real quick, said, I really love your work, man. He said, thank you. Kept it pushing, was mad discreet. I was at Six Flags with Sonequa, and this is when she was just on The Walking Dead, and one person recognized her and made it such a big deal, and everybody wanted to take pictures with her, even if they recognized her or not. Just because I think you might be famous, I'm going to get a picture with you just in case. So just be discreet and you're cool. I went up to Michael Keaton at a bar when we were out here for our LA showcase.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Went up to him and said, I love your work. He said, thank you. And I kept it pushing.
I
Speaking
told Dr. Oz these housewives love him. He's like, yeah, they do.
You probably.
I was sitting next to Dr. Oz on a bus, on the ferry bus from Edgewater to New York City, and he asked me about the schedule for the bus. And then we just started talking, and then I was like, "Damn!" He's like, "I was like, are you filming?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, he was still a practicing doctor. He's like, "I only film 3 days a week." I was like, man. I was like, "Damn it, these housewives love you, right?" He's like, "I know." I was like, "All right, I see you, Mehmet Oz. I see you."
Come on, man. Come on.
All right. And the last piece of news I have, which is a little bit contradictory, James Gunn has no plans for anyone else to play Harley Quinn except for one person, and that's Margot Robbie.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, Chris is he don't watch our show unless he's on.
I tell you.
Even then, he's not watching it.
He's not watching it. But I think it was more like if any. I think it was more like a if he'd be not like it's going to happen. But I can't. I mean, it's just yeah. We talked about this last week because I said that even though she's a great Harley Quinn, she's been better than all the movies she's been in.
Right.
She hasn't. We haven't gotten like an actual movie for her to like really flex.
Let's see how Lady Gaga does.
Kinda.
And the Joker, this existential crisis and a breakdown in the psychology of a man. That is not a Joker movie. That is a taxi driver with clown makeup, which is fine. But I kind of want.
That's probably how they pitched their concept.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how they pitched it.
With clown makeup.
Yeah. And that's the problem with DC. They don't want to embrace the fact that these are comic book characters and have fun with them. Or if they do have fun with them, they go way too far.
Like shooting Jimmy Olsen in the face. Great news segment, Chris. Thanks a lot.
No, you're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Now stop laughing, Jack.
Yeah.
Let's get serious, Lawrence. And maybe have a little bit of fun, Rich.
Yeah, Rich, you can have a little more fun.
There you go.
If anybody.
So it's time for our debate. So today's debate is our annual.
Wait, we got a sound cue, Chris.
Oh, well, hit me with it then.
Oh, wait, are we doing? Is this a debate though?
Yes, this is live. We're doing it live.
Yeah, because I make fun of your choices, so you know.
All right, there we go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
All right.
Overwhelming, but okay.
If you could only watch, read, or play 3 things that are coming out in 2024, what would it be? And keep in mind, what you choose is all you can play with or consume for all of 2024.
Hey, Rich, we know what you're playing with. Last year for 2023, I am not mad at my choices. I forget the third one I chose, but I chose The Flash. I told Beyond the Spider-Verse, and I'm happy with those choices.
I don't remember what I chose.
Jack chose. Did you choose some video game that didn't come out?
I chose The Flash. I chose the Final Fantasy game, and I chose. I don't remember. We talked about it last show, didn't we?
We didn't. I don't think we talked about our choices. I don't remember. But anyway,
I chose The Flash too, and I chose.
I definitely chose The Flash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bummed on that.
I liked it. I still liked it.
Yeah,
It wasn't what we expected. Though.
I like
All
that.
right, so who's going first? Who's taking it first?
Well, can we go over what's coming out this year? Let's
He's
actually
been waiting
talk
for this for 2 weeks, Chris. Let him read this list.
Go ahead,
Let him
Jack.
read the list.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead. Please.
All right, well then listen, there's a lot of stuff coming out. We got the Argyle movie, the action film that's coming out. There's the second half of Doom's coming
Argyle
out.
looks good. I'm sorry. Argyle looks amazing.
They say don't spoil it in the trailers once you know. So it makes me believe that there might be a crazy twist. That
Right?
blows
We
your
got the
mind.
new Mad Max Furiosa movies coming out.
That looks
There's a movie
dope.
called Beekeeper that is out now, I think.
That's
Yeah,
Jason
it's out
Statham.
Yeah.
The American Society of Magic Negroes is coming out.
He wasn't sure if he should say it.
We got the Ghostbuster movie coming out. Madam Web's coming out.
I will see twice.
I'm seeing it at least twice.
Some people are going to see it twice. We got another Kung Fu Panda movie, Part 4 is coming out. There's another Godzilla versus King Kong thing. The Joker sequel's coming out. Part 2 of Rebel Moon is also coming out. Fall Guy,
And the director's
about
cut.
the stunt guy, is coming out.
It's Ryan Gosling, right? Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, that's right. We got another Planet of the Apes movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
looks
We got
cool.
another John.
Is that a sequel or is, like where
Yeah,
are
it's a
we?
sequel.
It's going to be a
Yeah,
sequel. Yeah. All of the Planet of the Apes so far has been the sequels, man. They've been following.
Well, it's a sequel
I've
that's
lost
wrapping
count.
around to the original, though. If you kind
Right.
of
Yeah. Well, technically, it's a sequel to the prequel. So yeah, we'll say it like that.
Where does the Mark Wahlberg one fit in the canon?
We don't worry about that one.
No, we don't talk about that one.
That little
We
guy.
don't talk about that. Fantastic
Don't
Four.
worry about that little guy.
Yeah.
We got a new John Wick spinoff called Ballerina.
Ballerina,
We got
yep.
another
Yeah, I've seen
Despicable Me movie coming out. They are remaking Twister.
Come on, man! You can't replace the magic of Bill. Is it Bill?
Come on, man. Well, if they got cows flying around, and I'm sure they will. Of
The
course,
effects probably look dope.
Yep, we have and then we have the third Deadpool movie is coming out.
Yeah.
Kraven the Hunter. Beetlejuice 2 is slated for this year. There's another Transformer movie. Yeah.
I feel like they haven't even started shooting that yet.
I don't think there's even a script yet.
Well,
There's a movie called Wild Robot. There's a Wolfman movie. Gladiator 2, which might be content adjacent, is coming out this year. There's another Lord of the Rings movie. Jordan Peele has a movie dropping this year, no title yet. Neferatu, Karate Kid's getting another movie. We're getting
we didn't talk about Karate Kid. How did we miss that?
Right?
You got freaking Daniel LaRusso and what is his name? Mr. What's Jackie Chan's characters? No, he wasn't Mr. Miyagi. He was another guy. But they're combining the Jaden Smith universe with the Miyagi universe.
Right. We are getting
what is that, Rich?
Jaden Smith.
Like mashups.
That was a great Karate Kid. I like that movie.
We're getting a Lion King prequel, Mufasa. We're getting a Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which we talked about a little bit. Civil War, a movie coming out, which is kind of reminiscent of like a Purge take vibe. There's a movie called Damsel. We're getting an Avatar, The Last Airbender series.
Yep.
And then on the video game front, lighten up, Jack.
Lighten up, Jack. Stop taking it so serious. Jahara Brown's in the audience, everybody. Give it up for Jahara Brown. Okay.
Who? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
We
sorry.
show love to everybody that joins this chat, Rich. Sorry,
Right?
Jahar. Rich hates getting interrupted.
I do. I really do. But keep going. Keep going.
All right. On the video game front, we're getting Black Myth, which that game looks sick. If you've seen that one, Rich.
I haven't really seen any of the.
Check that one out. It's really good. We're getting the Suicide Squad game. Dragon's Dogma is finally giving us a sequel.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Finally, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Princess Peach is getting her own video game.
Okay.
There's a movie called Banisher, Ghost of New Eden, which looks pretty cool. Skull and Bones, which is a pirate game. Mario versus Donkey Kong is happening. We are getting Cat Quest 3, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm very excited about. Contra is giving us a new video game.
Contra, Rich. Contra.
Down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Rich, this one's for you. There is a Funko Fusion game with it's kind of like a Lego game, but you're playing as Funko Pop characters.
Pops. Yeah.
It's good. And Luigi Mansion Part 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
What about Choo Choo Charles too? Is that coming out too?
That came out at the end of last year, Lawrence.
Oh, Choo Choo Charles.
So there's a lot coming out. So now let's talk about this top 3.
You didn't even say TV show.
You didn't even say nothing about TV shows. Yeah.
And I wasn't my job to make a list at all. I thought I was making a supplement list.
Okay.
No, it was the list. Well, off the top of my head, I know we're getting House of the Dragon. Yeah. I know we're getting The Boys, the latest season of The Boys.
Right.
Invincible, the second part is probably definitely coming out this year.
That was
in March, actually.
Say it again.
I think in March, I believe.
And this is content adjacent. I don't care. You is dropping in March as well. So
Is he still in London?
Yeah, I don't know. This dude just need to get
With
a
his
life at
beard
this
grown
point.
out?
Get a hobby.
no,
Get a
we,
hobby, guy.
no, we
He
jumped
does.
into the fact that he has split
I keep telling
personalities.
people it's his hobby.
Rich, he has split personalities, sort of, and now the dominant, crazy side has taken over. He's in his true villain era.
I would know that if I actually finished the last season, which I did not.
Last season
because-
was rough.
Yeah.
Season was rough.
Yeah.
I'm turning up for you. Oh,
What?
that's all I got. I'm turning up for you.
You turn
For
up
the
for
show,
all
you, not
want,
for
man.
you, but you.
Turns up for us every
Turn up
week.
for me.
I
Yeah.
We got
I
Mr.
do.
Mrs. Smith coming out with Rich's boy, Don Glover.
Yeah, no, that's Danny.
No,
he met
that's
Danny Glover.
Oh, you met Danny Glover.
Yeah, I met Danny Glover. Yes, he's quite
Did
tall.
you tell me you old for this shit?
He should have told me.
You're too old.
No, because he's a normal person. And I reacted to him like he's a normal.
Yes,
person.
Chris.
Talk about vending machine food. Okay.
He didn't tell him these house that he didn't tell him he got these housewives on lock, Chris. He
Exactly.
didn't tell him that. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is coming out, and you know what? I was so against it because, like, what Brad and Angelina captured in that movie, it's like, why compete with it? Just call your series something else. But when I watched the trailer, their banter is amazing. The second trailer, I think they got great banter. I love their banter. If they called it something else, it would fly.
It would have
no
been
question. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's hard to compare it to like the movie that sparked an entire romance and marriage. And,
That
like, the
destroyed
chemistry was
marriages, yeah.
real. Stop it, Chris. I went to the positive. All right. If you have three things,
That also happened for Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn for Overboard, and
really,
they're still together.
they are still together. They just did an interview
Well, there you
recently.
go.
They're still doing movies together 40 years later.
They just did an interview talking about how to keep how are you able to sustain your marriage. I forgot her answer. I probably should have paid attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our top three.
You know what's crazy? This is like our third time doing this. We had a podcast first, and now we're on YouTube Live. This is the first time where I'm genuinely not excited about much of anything. Like there's a lot I want to watch, but
Yeah.
last time it was like I need to see this. Now
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, is it a sign of fatigue?
I mean,
No, I'm
kinda is.
genuinely. No, I agree. You know, I was thinking about that before the show. I was like, I'm excited about some video games that are coming out this year, but I thought, am I excited about, like, really excited about any of the movies and television that's dropping? Like if I could watch nothing else for the entire year, I know I'm happy walking into that movie.
And look, I'm speaking for myself, and I'm excited for the boys, but I feel like that scratch has been itched. Like I don't feel like I need to scratch it.
Yeah.
Like,
How many times are you gonna revisit the boys? I mean, it's not. You're not gonna revisit it more than once. Invincible, you can, but the boys, can you really? Does it take?
But
No,
even
is it-
last
I
season,
think so. I think
Invincible
as much as Invincible.
I don't know. The fact Invincible, you can. I just rewatched Invincible before the second season dropped, and it still hits so hard.
The boys
does.
hits.
The first
Boys
season
hits.
Yeah, the boys hit. No, I'm not saying the boys is a hit, but I'm just saying if you're gonna use this criteria of the stuff that you're gonna be watching over and over and over again, is the boys something you want to watch over and over and over again?
Well, I don't even watch anything over and over again. But
Yeah,
it's
I
like, is that one time I
Series-wise.
watch it gonna like? Is it gonna
Isn't
hit?
I think that's funny. When I was a kid growing up, there were movies, and it was, VCR and VHS at that time for me,
Yeah.
where I literally would be just popping the same movie in over and
Of
over and over and
course.
over again.
I feel
And now,
like
You didn't have options.
I feel like movies are different though, because I can watch I got a few movies on rotation that I'll watch over and over again. But like for like series, I really don't watch series that often over because there's a lot of it.
Just The Office. That's it.
I don't watch anything over unless I'm on an airplane. An
well,
airplane
there's so
watching.
much more new content coming out. It is different. Like, and there's so many other places to source content. Before, if there's something not on Netflix, I'll turn to Amazon. Not Amazon, I'll go to Disney. Not on Disney, I'll go to
Max.
Paramount. Not
Right,
there,
yeah.
I'll go to Apple. I'll go to
And I
Amazon.
think like Invincible in a way for me cannibalizes The Boys. Whereas like when Game of Thrones was on and it went off, I had nowhere to go. I had nothing but anticipation. Whereas like I kind of get my rogue offbeat superhero fix from Invincible. So when The Boys is dropping, I'm like, oh, that scratch was already itched. Plus Gen Z was out. I'm already being kind of satisfied. And as far as mainstream, we're not getting any mainstream superhero movies at all, really. I wouldn't call Deadpool mainstream. So
Better shut your.
not, you know what I mean, like typical classic superhero.
Yeah, he's not.
fanfare.
Yeah, he's not a Superman or Batman or Spider Man.
And I didn't love Deadpool 2. I
Really?
didn't love part 2. It was all right.
We ain't
He
ask
was
you.
great.
We ain't
Rich,
ask you.
don't get all sour.
We
Um,
ain't ask.
let me ask you this: do we want to go one at a
Rounds.
time, or do we
Yeah.
want
Sure,
to?
let's go rounds. Let's go rounds. Go ahead, Jack. You start it off.
Rounds.
All right, I'll start it off. This is a funny one, but I enjoyed the first two so much that Cat Quest 3.
Are you kidding me?
If I could only have
You only have 3 things for the entire year. Cat Quest 3 is going to be on your list.
yes, Cat's Quest 3 coming out on just about every platform you have. I'll get it on the
Good
PS5.
thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's 100% on my list. I will be playing that game and I'll be enjoying it. I'm not going to have buyer's remorse. I'm not going to be confused by the product I have. I'm not going to walk into the movie going Doctor Strange multiverse of and crying by the time I come out because what did I just experience and why? I will be enjoying Cat Quest.
Well, enjoy your safe choice, Jack. The rest of us are going to live on the edge.
It's not just a safe choice. It's been a choice that since part 2 came out, I've been wondering, when are we going to get part 3?
You might be are you the only one in the world wondering?
Apparently not, because they've made it.
You're right, Jack. You're right.
And if they made it just for me, thank you.
All right. Okay.
All right, Jack.
It's a
Cat Quest.
different audience. It's a different audience.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a different game player. Go ahead, Rich. We'll go like Jack,
Yeah.
and we'll go in that circle.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go movie. Okay, and there's only one movie I'm looking forward to.
Madam Web.
2024. And once again, shut your whore mouth. Deadpool 3 all day, every day. I'll be quite satisfied just watching Deadpool 3, and that's it.
All right.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Wow some more. All right.
You know,
I'm
I'm gonna go with Deadpool 3 too, and I wish I was as excited as I should be for it. But I feel like I was mad excited when they announced Hugh Jackman, and then I'm like, we're gonna wait 2 more years. So yeah,
Don't sully my choice by picking the same choice. Go pick Madam Web. All right, that's what you
hey,
want.
hey,
You want Madam Web. All right,
I do, but it's not. But if I only had 3, it's not getting chosen. I gotta see. Look, just for my own fanboy sake, I gotta see what should be Hugh Jackman's last time playing Wolverine. Like, you only can get a few more last times, Hugh. This should be the last time. So and he's in the yellow suit, and Ryan Reynolds. Even if the movie's terrible, Ryan Reynolds won't be. So it's still going to be a good time.
And they're best friends in real life. I think.
And they're best friends. Tisa Rain joined the chat. What's going on, Tisa? Madam Web is going to be epic.
Epic.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Tyson.
What, Tisa?
Tysa. It's Tisa Rain.
Sorry, Tysa. Based on what, Tysa?
On that name.
Put some respect on that name. My bad. I said Tysa. It could have been Tisa. We've done this before.
Wait, you're correcting me and you don't even know?
Maybe. I do that with everything. If you sound confident, Chris, it don't matter if you're right or wrong.
That's true. 60% of facts are made up anyway, so.
That's it. It's the American way. Go ahead, Chris, your turn.
I'm gonna jump. It wasn't in this order, but I'm gonna
wait. Sage is in the house, everybody.
Sage is in the house.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Now I'm feeling so.
Oh, you know, I should have did that for Sage. There we go.
Tysa. I'm sorry.
Tysa.
Like tying a tie. Tysa. I'm sorry, Tysa, but thank you for being here.
You already butchered the name. Let's keep going. All right.
Let's go. I'm gonna jump on the Deadpool 3 bandwagon also. I mean, don't threaten me with a good time.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's it.
Jack.
Round
Yeah.
two.
Round
Fight.
2. Okay, I'm going with another video game. And this video game has been on my anticipation list for decades.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to completing Final Fantasy VII. And the fact that they dropped it in 2 parts was kind of a bummer when the first one came out, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed playing the first one. What I enjoyed most about it was the nostalgia of it, and it
The
really
cross
felt
dressing. You enjoyed the cross dressing.
well. There was a little bit of that in the one scene. You know, there was some of that, but not too much of that. Thank you very much. So yes, Final Fantasy VII, the reboot, the remake.
Wait,
Thank you, Isa.
Tysa is on. Like, Chris, is this you? Is this your second
This is
handle
you.
or
This is
something?
definitely you.
This
This
is
is a
you.
family member.
Because you said Madam Web and Venom 3. Chris, is this
100% a family member.
No, Final Fantasy, hands down. I'm hoping, it looks like it's the whole story, and I'll probably lose a good month of my life on some level to that.
Or you'll be too busy to play it and talk to us every week about how you're not playing the game.
Yep.
But you're playing. For some reason, Cat's Quest 3 is getting all your attention.
Well, the reason why Cat's Quest 3 is an easy one is it's digestible chunks. You can play an hour here, hour there, and before you know it, you've enjoyed the whole game.
You've done all the
Final
Cat's
Fantasy, you clocking that out.
Sage, that is a bold-faced lie. Take it back.
Oh, no, it's not.
Take
right.
it back.
Okay.
No, it's definitely
Hold on.
fun.
Apologies, Lawrence, but in the words of Family Guy, Madam Wet is going to be a prom night dumpster baby. Rich, I feel like this is you. Is this you, Rich? Is this your alias?
My hands up here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm done.
And Sage has said, won't be no cat quest in this house.
Oh, no.
There will be in this house.
Bow out of that.
I'm gonna stay away from that one.
Wait, can we unpack this again real quick? About what I love about this is like you took the time to really paint a picture for us. To tell us a story.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I'm still gonna see it, and you are too, etc. So on and so far. Then we can talk about the dumpster.
Yeah, really.
Together.
Excedra has the track record of seeing these films and being
Prom
just as
baby dumpster fire.
Yeah. Rich, it's your turn.
I guess I'll go video games. I'm really not too excited about video games coming out, but there are a couple that I wouldn't mind playing. One, I just looked at the one that Jack said, the Brandisher, whatever it is. That looks interesting.
Yeah.
But the ones that I know, and I got 2 to choose from. So my runner-up would be Skulls and Crossbones or Skulls and Bones. I do like myself a good little pirate game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Captaining a pirate ship is pretty dope. But I'm gonna have to go with Dragon's Dogma 2 because Dragon Dogma holds a place in my my dead heart over here.
I never got into part 1 that much. I mean, I played it, but I like Dragon Age had come out around the same time and just before.
Yeah, true. That was like I would switch Dragon Age and Dragon's Dogma. I will switch between those two because it's a different
Dragon Age game.
I don't know. I mean, if you want a Dragon Age style type game, just get freaking Baldur's Gate 3.
That's true, which I hear was one of the best games came out last year.
Yeah, it was. But Dragon's Dogma, I mean, just sitting there, just jumping on top of monsters, and killing them. This is pretty dope.
Well, wait. Well, why aren't you? You say you're not excited. Like you want to play it, but you're not like excited. Why?
But this is this 3 he's picking from.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not that many things I'm excited for in the video game world because I've been let down too many times. So I'm not getting my hopes up.
That's why you say your heart is dead. That's why you say your heart is dead.
So I'm not getting my hopes up right now because every time something comes out, as of lately, freaking it's broken. The game's broken, or the game is half complete or not complete at all, and you gotta wait until they put out patches to fix the thing. So I'm not getting excited like that anymore. But I know Dragon's Dogma, when it came out, it wasn't a broken game. It was complete. It does have its DLCs, but you didn't need the DLCs to actually enjoy the rest of the game on release, and it was a good game to play. So I have a little bit of hope that it'll be a complete game when it comes out.
You know, it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's true.
All right.
For me, I'm gonna go with and like I said, I'm not excited about anything, but I know The Boys is gonna be a good time, and it's gonna be
Really,
not.
that's your number two. Nothing else. I guess you're not let down. Is this the end of the run though?
No,
No, I don't think so.
no, they're just getting started. They're gonna world build this thing like crazy.
Are
The
they?
Boys. How many
Yeah,
times?
you got Gen Z, and I
Okay.
know we're gonna build to like have to destroy Homelander for some reason. In the end, we just don't or can't.
We don't ever.
Yeah.
Take Homelander out. How far can Homelander go? And
But I can't think of. I said Deadpool 3. I mean, there's one video game I'm interested in, but honestly, until I see some real gameplay, I don't know.
Suicide.
Yeah, I don't know until I see some real
I
gameplay.
saw that,
It's
and
not sounding good over
It's
there. I'll tell
looking
you
real
that.
it's not,
Fortnite.
and the early stuff is rough.
Well,
Right.
early stuff could be. It looks very Fortnite, which is fine if that's the kind of game you're looking to play. But I'm
I
looking to
don't
play
like it,
something.
like the Marvel Suns version of
Well, that
I'll wait for it to come
Marvel
out
Suns
free
flop
on
as well.
yeah, that was
Game
terrible.
Pass.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping it's not that kind of equivalent.
I don't know.
In fact, the last few anime or not anime, cartoon video games that came out, they did pretty horrible. The Avengers that flopped.
Avengers flop. Spider-Man 2 didn't.
Oh well, Spider-Man 2. That's the exception. Excuse me. One out of how many that came out?
Well, to be honest with you, the DC stuff doesn't flop as hard as the Marvel video game stuff has.
Name one.
The whole entire Arkham series,
Yeah,
Bro, how old is that though?
and then we had
Age
no,
shame.
Gotham Knights wasn't great. Gotham Knights, but
that was terrible.
I'm talking about stuff that popped
that
off
thing.
the last, like, I would say, because how old is Arkham Knights? Arkham Knights is old. Like, it came out at a different time. In this new age, in this new era of video games, a lot of stuff that's coming out, like I said, it's coming out incomplete or broken.
Are we
Well,
even allowed to say the name of that DC game without getting flagged?
why we get
Which one's that?
flagged? Oh, I don't know. It's a name. It's the name of the game.
Does the
Self-
algorithm know that that's what we're talking about?
All right, we're talking about a self-delete squad.
It's
versus
crazy.
the Justice League.
Oh,
I don't think we're allowed to say that word without getting flagged.
Well, that's the game. Self-delete squad versus
The Guardians game was good. The Guardians game was good? Question mark.
Was it good,
was it good?
or was it like an extent? Was it?
It was good. Was it
It was
good?
like a statement.
Gotham Knights wasn't good.
Gotham Knights
Gotham
was.
Knights.
Did you beat it, Lawrence?
I did. Well, there's some Gotham Knights, and I heard it's similar to the Avengers. It's good if you got like 4 of your friends playing at the same time. Like if you're having a good time with a group of your friends, but like the actual gameplay. So yeah, Jack, I'm going with The Boys because I'm not excited for anything else, and I know that it's going to do something. It's gonna surprise me. It's gonna shock me. It's gonna be fun. I love. It's a great show. What are you talking about?
No, okay. All right.
Again, The Boys is dope. I'm sorry I put Cat's Quest 3.
Hey, man. We're all entitled to make bad decisions in this life.
Boys, guys, cosign. Is The Boys ever a bad decision?
Nah,
It's
Boys
The
is always good.
Boys.
But it might be a repetitive decision.
It might be.
Chris, what do you got? Number 2.
Batman, Cape Crusader, the spiritual successor to Batman the Animated Series.
That ain't coming out.
Yes, it is.
Batman Cape Crusader. What? You're just making stuff up. Hold
No,
on.
I'm not.
Is
No,
that
I'm
is
not.
that officially
Makes
coming
sense.
out?
Yeah, it's coming out 2024. Officially
Are you
coming out
sure?
2024. I'm positive. That's what it said when I googled this prior to.
Because,
10 minutes ago
talking.
before the show
Yeah,
started.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
because the strike messed everything up.
I mean, they said it's still coming out 2024.
Right.
supposed
The strike really did mess everything up.
There's
was
no
supposed to-
exact. It just says it's coming out 2020. No, it just says it's coming out 2024. There's no exact date for it. So
I'm
it
going
could
to IMDb. I'm about to check the release date. I only trust on IMDb. Because there's a reason why I didn't put Beyond the Spider-Verse, because it doesn't have an official
Got
date.
pushed. But Beyond got pushed, same as in Mission Impossible.
This actually, you know what? It says 2024, and it was supposed to come out in 2023. So it being pushed back might mean 2024. So in that case, I'm taking away the boys, and I'm going to put Batman Caped Crusader. There we go.
Good. There we go.
Go
Good.
ahead.
Okay, Jack, your final choice. So you're playing
Your-
Cat's Quest 3, Final Fantasy. What's your last choice, Jack?
All right.
You don't even
first,
game like that.
First, I'll put this out. Anyone watching this content right now, let us know what your top choices are.
Yeah.
Maybe
Etc. So on and so forth. Sage. We got
Scars.
the scars.
Tysa.
Scars. Tysa, let us know. What's your top 3 for the year?
Because
and if you can only watch or read it.
There's a good chance we might be missing some content. And I'll also say this: what I'm
they were Blade.
Didn't Blade never get?
No, they put out like a trailer for it, but not even trailer.
No, he's talking about the movie,
preview.
Rich.
Movie.
Yeah.
The movie? Oh.
From Mahershala Ali. Oh yeah, that got. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
from
that's
Marvel Studios got pushed back except Deadpool.
Yeah.
And that one probably was going to get pushed back, not even because of the strike, just because it seemed like nobody was in agreement.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic for the content like Blue Eye Samurai that I have no ideas on my radar right now, but I'll stumble into it and be like, what is this content? So I'm hoping that some version of that happens this year.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my final choice though? If you could only have one more, Jack, what's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be, Jack?
I mean, the Sonic movies have been pretty good, so I'm optimistic
kidding
of part
me?
3. No, I didn't say it. I'm saying they have been good. What are you talking about?
They have
No, but I'm saying, like, if you can only watch one thing for the entire year, you choose
I'm thinking
Sonic
low-hanging fruit might not let me down. You know what you're buying. I won't have buyer's remorse.
Who hurt you, Jack?
No,
Hurt you.
Who hurt you? Why are you like this?
I can tell you specifically answer that question. Don't we talk about it every episode?
We do.
The
Zack
Beetlejuice
Snyder.
movie, I'm very excited about.
Tysa, you want to see Dune Part 2?
You want to see Dune Part 2? Okay.
We weren't big Dune Part 1 fans.
Dune was do.
Oh, I want to go that far, Rich.
I saw Dune on the plane, and I tried to get my wife to watch Dune, and she was like, "What is this crap?"
Well, the problem with Dune 1 for me was there's no movie without the second part, and I probably should have just waited until both parts had dropped to enjoy it.
You can wait 2 years.
What's the difference? They pushed it back. It was supposed to come out this year. They just keep pushing films, man.
Yeah, they spent a ton of ad dollars on Dune.
Yeah.
Well, that's also because that's when HBO Max was like full on into like we're going to be a streaming juggernaut, and that was when nobody was going to the movies, so they had to.
Oh, and they got skins on Call of Duty.
Dune?
They got Dune skins on Call of Duty.
Everything
with the blue eyes.
I believe they have 4 skin packs. They got the main protagonist, the kid. They got, I guess, for Dune 2, whoever the main antagonist is. They have one of the soldiers, and there's another one.
You can run around looking like Timothy Chalamet.
You could run around looking like Timothy, and they be annoying me because all the hackers got the Timothy Chalamet skin, just running around hacking.
Since he's been with Kylie Jenner, I'm sure a lot of people running around in Timothy Chalamet skin.
Yeah.
So if I could only go with one movie, though, I think it's a pretty obvious choice. I'd take the Deadpool movie because, like Lawrence said, even if it's bad, it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a great time.
And the reason why Deadpool is a really good choice for me, not to be offensive, but I don't care about the content. They could do whatever they want with it, and I'll be okay.
Okay. I'll take that.
We're just like gonna kill me. Nah, man, movies are great. You get Hugh Jackman back. I'm still hoping we're gonna get Radcliffe as a cameo, playing another version of Wolverine. The gloves are off. Do whatever you want.
They're talking about Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck coming back.
Yeah,
Come
Yeah.
on.
This is Daredevil.
Channing
and
Tatum's going to
Elektra.
be Gambit, quite possibly.
That'd
I mean,
be
there's
dope.
a whole lot of possibilities happening in this movie.
Yo,
Everything
if
that
the,
could've
if the
been.
whole movie was like the failed Fox universe and you get
Oh
all
my
of them,
goodness!
if we can get Michael B. Jordan in it as Human Torch because
Yeah,
like
let's
all
go.
the failed,
Come on.
might as well.
Come on, why not?
Come on.
It'd be
So-
it'd be one movie of Disney laughing at the fact they bought Fox. It's just gonna
Yeah.
rub their nose in it.
Yeah. So if I'm seeing any movie, I'm watching that one this year.
Okay,
All
All right.
so we're on me. And again, these are shows, right? We're talking shows now. Well, at least for me, I'm talking shows. I'm
Mhm.
talking shows. I'm talking shows, Chris.
You
You got
talking
one
show?
more. You got one more.
I got one more.
Yep.
And
go
I'm
ahead.
not really excited about some of the shows coming out because, like Lawrence said, do I really need to see another Boys? I don't think that.
Really?
Yeah,
Do I need another Boys?
And
we
Tyson,
know.
you're biting your fingernails for a new Lord of the Rings?
There
still
are.
got-
It's going to be the
Well, we-
War of Rowan is
we
coming out.
still have the Amazon series at the same time.
No,
right?
we don't talk about that.
No,
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about the
My
Amazon
bad.
series.
Sorry,
Isn't it $1 billion series?
it
The-
is.
Yeah, so what? It's beautiful.
It still
That's it.
sucked. It was still bad. No matter how much money. No matter how. Listen, you buy.
I ain't go back for none of them fantasy joints. I ain't go back for Willow.
Yeah,
Tell
Willow.
you what, you shouldn't even watch Willow now. They pulled Willow off Disney Plus.
They pulled it
What?
off.
They pulled it off.
No, they didn't.
See,
Yes,
that's
they
why
did.
you gotta. If you want content, you gotta buy the hard copy, man, because you just never
What do you
know.
mean they pulled it off?
They
Right.
pulled it off.
Tyson
How
said, "How
dare
dare
you.
you?" Yes, you're right.
Lawrence, how dare you? First, you go from being right to being how dared.
How dared? All right, Rich. Okay.
Wait, they
Yeah,
they,
Willow.
I'm sorry,
Willow
they
ain't on
really
here.
pulled Willow off.
Yeah, Willow's not there.
What they pull that off for? I'm
Because
confused.
it was terrible.
Because it's also
There's a
incomplete.
lot
and
of
they're not-
terrible content on a lot of platforms.
It's
that's not-
incomplete, and they know they're not going to complete it. So what's the point of having like a season one that's going to go nowhere?
Yeah, you can just watch
I
the
guess
movie.
it takes up data on their servers.
No, I think it's
It's
just
just
an
not.
embarrassment.
It's just not worth it. It's like you just have this thing that it's like having a failed. Why would you put the failed album?
It's
on
going to
the
be
wall?
the next Mandela, the Mandela effect, where they're going to be like, "Remember that series Willow?" And everyone's like, "No, I don't remember it was Willow." And people are going to be looking for it,
Talking about the
but you
Mandela
can't find it.
effect.
The Mandela effect, yeah, it's going to be one of
Can
those.
you give us the two theories you gave the group the other day?
Not right now. Stop derailing things. Anyway,
Derail.
going to my last thing. I got some. I'm conflicted. All right, because my things are going to be anime at this point.
Yo,
all right?
wait, can we talk? Wait, etc. and so forth. He's on the doo-doo train. Amazon's Lord of the Rings and Disney Plus Willow was a useless, pointless as a poopy flavored lollipop.
Let's go.
Hey,
hold
don't
on,
knock
let's
it till
go.
you try it.
Wait,
This man right here. Don't what?
Isn't Tom? Hey, it's just doo-doo, baby. Isn't Tom Holland cast in a new movie? Is he?
Probably, but what movie?
No.
I mean, Tom Holland is working, but it's not a new Spider-Man movie.
They're trying to get it together with Spider-Man 4.
Listen,
Rich,
I'm gonna need.
sorry,
I'm gonna need
Rich.
y'all- I need y'all shut up right now.
Sorry,
Okay.
Rich. Sorry, Rich.
I'm conflicted. I got 3 of my top choices on animes that are coming out. I got Solo Leveling, which is a new joint. It's pretty dope. Or it looks pretty dope. My Hero, the new season of My Hero is coming
You
out.
gotta finish the last one. For
I
crying
do.
out loud.
No, I finished. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking. My bad. I was thinking of Zom 100 is what you need to finish. I'm sorry.
watch your mouth, sir. Okay. All right. So My Hero is coming out, and then that new joint, which is no real confirmed date on it, the Go-Go Loser Ranger.
Oh
It's
yeah,
It's supposed to be
Is
like
that a play on Power Rangers?
It is
Yeah.
definitely a play on Power Rangers.
I
And
want
the-
now. I want to watch that one.
and the Rangers are bad guys,
yeah.
and
I
the
love
monsters
this.
are the good guys.
That's brilliant.
but
Chris, you
yeah.
hear that?
I might be about this.
So there's no confirmed
That's
date. It just said
great.
2024, but I'm gonna have to go with what's confirmed.
I'm actually
right
excited for something.
now. As a
I'm
solo
excited for
leveling.
that.
We're going with Solo Leveling. That's going to be my goat. You know,
Solo
my thing.
leveling.
Yes,
Yeah.
Taisa. Yes, it is.
Legend of Korra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
sequel
an-
series
it's an
to Avatar.
But yeah,
I think
and
that's
they
it.
are considered an anime. I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, they are, right, Rich?
Was it related to the Avatar universe?
Yeah, they're
Legend
really
of
big.
Korra, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's in the future. It's after everything.
But I
Oh,
would-
yo, that series looks great. Does that drop this year? That
Avatar.
That already
Avatar,
came
yeah.
out.
That looks really good.
Yeah, challengers with my girl Zendaya. That's not exactly the content we cover,
But we can be excited for
but
it.
we will be. I
Oh,
will
that's
be
the one where she was
watching
in a little situation. You
the
know, a little.
entanglement, Rich.
Oh,
Hey,
All right.
hey, let it. Hey, uh, I just had it. What was my third one?
I don't know.
Go,
I just lost it.
Go Loser Ranger. Yeah, you know you want that.
I'm very
you
excited.
want me
for
to take
that.
it? You want to come back to you?
Yeah,
Marty's
because
taking
that
everyone
Yeah.
else's.
X-Men 97.
Is that
X-Men
actually dropping this
Okay.
year?
Yes, it's dropping.
Why
It's
didn't you
dropping.
put that on the list when we were giving the list of the content that was coming out? You just wanted to hide that one?
We'll do
I
a whole
never get
Zendaya episode, Sage.
We can cover.
You could be a Euphoria. She's like, it's Zendaya. You right. You're right. You're talking to 4 men that are over 40 years old. We're all about Zendaya.
Listen. Older Zendaya now? Yes, I'm all about it. I'm be 100% with it. All right.
Rich, X-Men 97.
Yeah, X-Men 97.
As your third and final choice.
Third and final choice.
So a whole lot of Wolverine this year for you.
Yeah,
That's it. I can't. There's no video games that spark my interest. It's not
because you
next
don't play
year. This
video games
time,
like that.
That's right.
there's a couple I play.
Like what? Once a month?
Hey man, don't put him on blast like
I've
that.
been playing Forza.
Okay.
Okay.
That was
I have-
close.
Yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty.
I have my third one, and
Go
I'm
ahead.
not even remotely excited for it. But I know it's going to be good. But
What?
I'm not excited for it at all.
Okay. What?
I do want to watch it. We're getting Arcane season 2.
Well, season 1 was.
Oh, we
incredible.
are getting it.
How are you not? And why wasn't that on the list too? Arcane season 1 was one of the best things that had come out that year.
Right. So when you're talking about your little Netflix gem,
Yeah.
that's it. And I believe I'll give you the date. I'm not excited for it because I'm just I can't wait because I've been waiting this long for it.
Right.
But in November we're gonna get season 2. So I want to watch it because I know it's gonna give me that Blue Eye Samurai fix.
Oh
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
All right.
So are you gonna copy my choice? Have you just blame me for copying choices, Shaq? You want to give up? Do you want to give up Cat's Quest for Arcane 2?
No. I'm keeping my choice, but Avatar.
You can't watch those. You chose your 3. You got to live with those
Yes,
for the
I
rest
can't
of the
watch
year.
them in this dimensional vortex of the world. We don't.
But in the
actually live,
next
but in
universe.
reality, I'm putting them on my list.
Reality, I'm gonna watch it.
Tysa, I'm holding my breath for Grand Theft Auto 6. I'd be dead. That game, we've been waiting for this game for 10 years.
Tysa,
probably-
and it's
it'll be at least
2025.
another-
If it was 2024, it would have been on my list, Tysa.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
And I need to see some real gameplay for me to get excited.
It's
Because
gonna
Nah,
be
you
good.
know it's gonna be.
Just,
no,
just keep playing GTA Online.
no, for
now,
me
like-
to believe that it's actually going to come out in 2025, I need to see some
you got 2 to 3 more years before you get in that game.
Jeez Louise. So my choices are freaking Deadpool 3, Batman, and Arcane season 2. I think I got a solid year. Chris, you got X-Men 97.
The
Deadpool
Batman
3.
is a series, right?
That's a
That
series,
series.
Okay, so you got a movie and 2 series.
which I usually only have like movies.
So you got like half a month's worth of content to occupy your 12 months time. That's good.
It's just good. I don't need to play some video game, some bad video game that I barely play because I'm too busy to commit to it. So I'm going to play this other game instead. Hey man, I'll eat a steak and that was great. I don't need to have a steak every day.
Which one's the steak?
In this case,
This
We don't even
case-
know. Maybe
I'm
Batman.
going to Shake Shack,
No,
and Shake Shack is very tasty.
Arcane season 2 is probably definitely going to be a steak.
If it's anything
Batman,
like
it
part 1.
should be a steak.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
We don't
Is
know.
the Batman now? I don't really know about the series. Is the Batman taken off of the animated series?
It's not, but it's the same
It's
makers.
spiritual successor by Bruce Timm.
So
Timm
it's like if they were allowed to do things without all the Fox regulations, because there's a lot.
show actual guns.
Show actual gun, like tell the story they want to
Yeah.
on a streamer. But these are the same makers that made Batman and Harley Quinn, which was not great.
My question is this: is the animation style?
We only got a cover art, and it does look very similar, but it looks more old school. Like,
Yeah,
So
one of
like
the
the
you're
Golden Age
basing
Batman.
that
I think
choice
people
off
go,
of knowing nothing about the content
except that
Exactly.
they made Batman the animated series.
and the other thing that was sub.
We don't talk about that thing.
Right.
These are the makers of Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Justice League
Justice League
Unlimited. I
It's
mean,
a,
the track record's
it's
pretty
the
strong.
Okay,
And
that's
Batman Beyond.
it's a Timverse.
it's
Bruce
okay.
Timm.
Okay, listen, I'll take
The
it. But
or the Beanieverse.
it's interesting to have one of three things that you really kind of know very little about.
I know I like engaging with content to get an experience. I don't make safe choices. I don't make safe choices, Jack.
That's why he never wrapped it up ever in his life.
I don't even know what that means to rap.
He's talking about present.
Wait, why did Sage out of nowhere say Jonathan Majors? Like, what are you trying to get us to talk about, Sage? What are you trying to get to talk about, Sage? Because I don't think he's doing anything in 2024.
No, he's not. He was, but now he's not.
I don't think he's doing anything in 2024.
In all fairness, the platform he would have been on is not really doing anything in 2024 either.
Well,
That's true. That's true. That's true. But he's supposed to be somebody. He was supposed to play in something that would. He was playing Dennis Rodman. He just got dropped.
Oh
from the Dennis
yeah,
Rodman.
that's right.
And he actually would have been a perfect Dennis Rodman.
Damn. So he acts up in real life just like the actual person he's playing, and then
Hey, I
They're
cannot
like, nah.
confirm nor deny.
It's too dangerous. You can't be part of that. It's like he literally did the same thing. Listen, we can't have that on our conscience right now.
Yeah, we can't.
All right, so let's recap these lists. Lawrence, you had.
I have Deadpool 3, Batman the Cape Crusader, and Arcane Season 2.
Arcane.
Yes, Sage, you did start a whole new conversation about Zendaya and Jonathan Majors. Not in that order.
Chris,
I had X-Men 97, Deadpool, and Batman Cape Crusader.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had Cat's Quest, Final Fantasy, Deadpool.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to Jack's house this year. We're not interested in anything we got going on.
Come on, guys. We make snacks and we play Cat's Quest.
I'm good, bro.
Orange Tang.
And Rich.
I had Deadpool, Solo Leveling, and Dragon's Dogma too. Yeah.
Oh, you said Dragon's
Dogma. I am surprised you didn't choose My Hero.
Listen, it's gonna come out no matter what. But Solo Hero,
you're not allowed to watch it.
But listen, it's okay. Solo Leveling will be good. It's gonna be a whole new adventure. Great stuff going on in there.
Go Loser Rangers.
Loser Rangers sounds
that
great.
Sounds fantastic.
I'm tempted to look at to go get the mangas right now to read it, and just so I'm like caught up with it.
Interesting.
Right. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, the mangas are out now, and they're talking about releasing the series in 2024.
Pardon my ignorance. Are most mangas not in color, or it goes either way?
Like some of them will be in color, but for most of them, will be in black and white. Yeah,
because I feel like if they're making fun of Power Rangers, the big thing about it is color. Like I feel like you lose a lot at being in black and white. I don't know.
Not really. Maybe for Power Rangers, but not for this. I feel like they can make it work.
True.
Well, the cartoon would be in color, Lawrence.
Yeah,
well, I might want to watch the manga. I might read the manga because if this is, I gotta wait.
No, you won't.
Listen,
do they have subtitles?
No, I read stuff that I like, Chris, and I do read.
Like, man, please.
Hey, I read more subtitled content than everybody here except Rich. And it's unfortunate. This is why this show is great. The difference. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Except, yeah. I mean,
this is why the show is so great. You're right. This show is fantastic.
Oh man, we have a good time. And just and do I have? I wanna put this on the screen real quick too, in case we forgot.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
I think I can't. Where's the "you are correct"? I can't find it.
No.
I lost it.
Hold on.
Man.
Deleted it.
Yeah.
Chris chose XDA. So
no, that was everyone. We've recapped.
We recapped.
Thank
you.
You're welcome. You guys ready to move on to our main event?
I love it. Real quick.
Main event?
No, we have a real main event coming up. Can I say an unpopular opinion real quick?
Let's go.
I don't I appreciate, but I don't think I like the original X-Men series. It is
Oh,
extremely melodramatic. It
Have
hmm.
is.
you watched
It
it
is.
recently?
I tried, and it is so like angsty.
Gene,
It's so,
Gene.
and you hate the CW for love triangles. This was a cartoon love
It
triangle.
was.
Yeah,
It's so angsty and
it
so
is.
dramatic. It's like everything is just like,
I need an O with 12 H's.
yes, everything. Like Professor X is like, Magneto, you know that we. It's just so dramatic.
Hey, should we end the show early today because we're on a good note?
I like Echo.
I like that go too.
I liked it a lot, actually.
You like the idea of Echo? Let's be for real.
I like
Yeah,
no,
you know
I
what?
like the
You
series.
know what? Let's get into
into
it
it.
right now.
These
Let's get
haters
into it.
right here. Let's get into it. Rich.
All right. The
Hey.
reason why we're here talking about Marvel's Echo.
Echo.
The
Echo,
Marvel
Echo,
Spotlight
Echo.
short series. There goes Rich. Rich
And if you think he's joking, no,
he's not.
there's just
No,
a
he's
chair
not.
here.
There's a chair. He's like, so the
God.
5-episode short series that was, I think we all could agree, was a pleasant surprise for what we had. And I know Rich agrees. That Rich said that he
Oh, he
texted
said he
us
loved
saying
it.
that he loved it and that he wishes for more of this content.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't a pleasant surprise to me. It just was. It was a little less of what I thought it should be, but it still was in the good category for me.
So let me give you the brief premise, and then we can just start going in on it. And then we have to talk about how Alakra Pot is in real life Echo. So
No, for real. She's deaf
so
and she's an amputee.
amputee, and she grew up on a reservation. So which is
Ted,
really
the series on Peacock is better. Is it though?
is it?
Ted, the prequel series?
I saw
Ted
the
about
commercial
the
for-
teddy bear?
Yes,
Yeah.
There's a series about the teddy
Yes.
bear?
But
yes.
like when he was like when Mark Wahlberg's character was like a like 14.
But is Ted in it?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's when he had him. He had him when he was a kid.
But is
So-
it alive?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. It's a prequel series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder Buddies
And
for life, baby.
Their question is it McFarlane?
Yes.
Not Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, it's Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, he's
Um,
16. He's 16 in the show.
Yeah. We're waiting for you, Rich, because we knew how much you loved it.
Yeah, we weren't going to start Echo without you.
But now let me start.
That's
Let
a
me
quick
give the
piss you
synopsis.
took, Rich. Did you?
No, listen,
let
don't worry
it-
about
did-
what I do. All
Did
right.
did you do the?
The double shake?
Or are you
I-
just
I-
wet right now?
I did a shake and a wipe. What are you talking about? I'm not a barbarian out here, and I wash my hands. Okay.
Gonna check out Ted. Thank you, ETC.
Thank
All right.
you, man.
So 5 months after the events of Hawkeye in 2021, Maya
Oh
Lopez,
yeah, we're talking about
Yep.
Echo.
yes, is being
Haters.
pursued by Wilson Fisk's organization, leading her to return to her hometown in Oklahoma, where she must come to terms with her past and reconnect with her Native American roots and embrace her family and community.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler
What did
free.
you just say? I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
missed it. I kind of tuned out.
They're haters. They're haters, Chris.
I
I'm
don't
so
know
happy
why
you're
you
here.
guys don't like it.
Because man, they I don't, who knows what itchcraft crawled up their crevices. But you know what? Mine was fully scratched. So let's talk. I
Yeah, let it dry.
Rich, remember more. Wait, Rich, remember more than three.
More
Yeah.
than 3 shakes and you're playing with it.
Listen,
No
Wha-
more
wha-
than 3 shakes, Rich. and
Why
you
does it have to
playing
be
with it.
inclusive, etc.?
I can play with a one shake. I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
Yeah, don't like underestimate what it takes for this guy to start playing with it, etc. Spoiler free. Listen, man,
Spoiler free.
I enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't have been as enthralled if it was a week to week, but it was. I think binging it, I was able to get the whole story. Whereas if an episode ended and I had to wait, I probably wouldn't be so excited. But honestly, that was a lot of how the Netflix series were. They were made to binge, not to come back week to week. I enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. It's, in my opinion, it's better than most of the Disney shows.
Yep.
and definitely better than Iron Fist.
Yep.
And I actually liked it better than Luke Cage season 1. I didn't like Luke Cage season 1 that
I
much.
think
Season
you're
2
right.
I thought was great. But I liked it
I can
better
tell
than
you
Luke Cage.
one thing that would have made Luke Cage significantly better.
Only one thing.
Only one thing.
Only takes one. Go ahead.
That's Lawrence St. Victor. That's
Hey, hold on. Let me.
Wow.
You know what's funny?
What?
I auditioned for that, and I was part of a big Marvel leak because I auditioned for that, but I put my audition up in Vimeo, and I forgot to put like a password on it, so my audition started circulating online. People were like, he's showing up as Jessica Jones, and that thing got taken down man quick.
Wow.
Sorry, Marvel. Yeah, that was my spoiler free. I enjoyed it.
I'll go since I like it too. I like
Yeah,
it
you
too.
go ahead. You do that.
It surprised me. I felt like it's spoilers. That's a bit spoilers. I just thought it was a good time, and it filled a decent gap. And I think the short format series was the perfect format for this. I don't think I could have done 10 episodes of this, but 5 episodes that
They
gave me
couldn't do 10 episodes of this.
no,
That's
but
why they
5
put it down to 5 episodes.
No, but
No,
I
dude,
think it was appropriate though.
Look
I
at
think it
Moon
worked
Knight
for
and
the
all them
format.
shows that just had way too many episodes. Moon Knight would have been a banger shorter season. We had like
Yeah,
episodes of
I
just
love
Yeah.
yeah, but we
Y'all
had
can
episodes
try-
where he's just in a van somewhere. Like
You
like
can justify as much as you want, but this was not about to come out. Let's be for real.
what are you talking about?
They were about to scrap this thing. And then they were like,
Disney-
8 episodes? Let's drop it down to 5 and put it all out at once.
I don't think they were about to scrap this, and I don't think it was because of this. I think it was
They were
because
about to scrap it though.
how they made it. What do you mean about to scrap it? They made it.
Because it wasn't good. Go on. I'm sorry. Go on, Chris. I'm sorry.
All right, go. That's it. So I like it, and I would definitely recommend it. I liked it. I had a good time with it. It wasn't boring. It was a good time.
Stop saying that. That's what makes me bring up Doodoo in the Box. You were good at it. It was just good, Chris. We were losing when you say it was just not boring. So a lot of not boring. Love is Blind isn't boring. Just stick with it's good.
All right, spoiler free. Here's my take on it. Spoiler free. I probably wouldn't have finished the series if we weren't covering it, but I'm glad I finished the series because there really are some quite charming performances throughout it. Like there's some good acting in it, and I really enjoyed some of that element of it. Not great. It's good. It's as good as any of the rest of the Marvel content that's out there, and I like the idea of this show, although the execution of it left me questioning a lot of things. And when we jump into it specifically, I'm sure I'll bring it up.
Okay.
I'll
Rich?
accept that. Yes.
He said it was good, Rich.
No. He also said he liked the idea of it, but the execution was duty. That's what he said. All right. I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna paraphrase on that. I'll paraphrase it. All right. I watched the show.
That's a start.
And if it wasn't for the fact that we're going to talk about it, I probably wouldn't have finished it.
Okay.
Look at you two.
But you did finish it.
I did. I mean, I didn't. The fact that I was watching an actor, doing 4 episodes of just pennant stares and various ranges of annoyances. I could have missed this. I'll be honest with you.
Rich never talks about actors' performances ever.
Really funny.
Just different level, just different ranges of annoyances is what I got out of that until maybe the episode what? I'll say that coming to the end of episode 4 and episode 5, she changed up her ranges, but yeah, that's what it was.
Fair.
All right, let's spoil this thing.
All
All
right.
right, yeah.
All right, so we open up. I'll give a quick
Come on,
recap.
Kingpin was a shell of himself. The fighting scenes are poorly choreographed.
So,
I don't think they're poorly choreographed. I think they could have been shot better.
so I think our bar is set
Probably got
so
some of
high when it comes to Daredevil that nothing's gonna come close to those Daredevil scenes we got. Nothing's gonna come
Fight
close to-
scenes.
No, nothing's gonna come close to it. And I think they
No.
tried. They did their best. But I think the fight
But
scenes.
in all fairness, none of the fight scenes in the other Netflix Marvel shows came close to Daredevil. So nothing has come close to Daredevil.
But I do disagree with the Kingpin thing. I felt like this Kingpin was more of the Kingpin that we saw from Daredevil versus the Kingpin we saw in Hawkeye.
But
I felt like
But look, he said he's not disputing that. He's saying it's still not the depth of the other one. Although this one is far closer.
I don't think
they-
I did. Go ahead. And the lead has the face that
Don't be mean, etc., so forth and so on. I don't co-sign that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
what I'll say
D'Onofrio's performance was, at least there was more to the performance to play with in this series.
I thought it. I mean,
Wait, hold on. Are we just like free ranging this? Or we just free balling this thing?
No, I'm gonna. We got
Okay.
sidetracked.
Wait, hold on. But we're responding to the.
Let me give a synopsis.
But let me respond to the comment. Let me respond to this.
Go ahead.
So I would say, I don't think Kingpin was a shell of himself. I think we just missed the scenes that made her so important to him. Like if we had scenes where we see really why he made her his daughter, like a real moment.
You do get some of that. You get the ice cream scene.
We see him acting like he's her father, but we don't see the moment where he decides to be.
And we don't really know the reason why, because
that's my point.
Yeah, we don't know the reason why, because all we know is that her father was a henchman of Kingpin's.
And I'm sure the other guys have daughters.
What we kind of do know is he's responsible, but they never really talked to this one.
That when she's a kid, you're right. When she still has a father, that's why she calls him uncle.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, I kind of extrapolated on some level that Kingpin is the reason the brakes were cut on her car.
Even if that's the case, I need to see the moment where he makes the decision. I'm going to be your guardian, even with her father. I need that moment, or she does something like same thing in the Netflix series. We saw Vanessa do something to him that made him feel like I can let my mask down. Yeah. If I had that scene, I can justify why he's doing all these things to be in her life.
I agree, because why is she going into his car in the first place for the ice cream scene even to exist?
Right, and this is ice cream was banging, but you got a guy who is all about being discreet. So what about her makes him lose his cool so much he'll go out in public and be the person no one is supposed to see? We miss some scenes.
Essentially what we have in that relationship is we're really looking at a copy of Thanos and Gamora's relationship.
Very much.
But not a copy, because Thanos had no problem having his daughters almost kill each other for his affection. Kingpin legitimately loves this girl.
Yes.
And wants the best for her in his own way.
Yeah.
Well, so far, in fact, spoiler, that he is okay if she decides to kill, get rid of him at the end of the day.
Right, because he's like, I taught you that. So I'm like, what was the moment where you decided to take her under your wing? That moment.
Yeah. I did really like the moment where he created the technology for voice to be eye transferred to sign language. But how selfish that he doesn't make that public. It's like crazy.
But how selfish is it that he has an interpreter for like almost 20 years, but he never goes out of his way to learn sign language?
Well,
I know,
I know. I was thinking that before she said it.
Taps the interpreter. He's like,
which was so gangster. Now that's not that's Kingpin.
That's the Kingpin moment right there. Like, you know too much. I can't let you out in these streets. Goodbye.
Yep.
And like that decision was made when he hired her.
Yeah.
Yep. I knew it.
You're gonna have a good life for the next 20 years, but it's gonna be over.
You're not even 20.
And then she would. Like 15.
No, it's like 2008 to 2021. Yeah.
So let me give you the synopsis of episode 1. So episode 1 really blows through Hawkeye too. So 2007, Maya Lopez is in a car accident with her mother Tala after criminals cut their car brakes. After losing both her leg and her mother in the accident, she moves to Tahama, Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to New York City with her father William. When Chula blames them for the death of her daughter, William becomes commander of the Tracksuit Mafia, while his employer Wilson Fisk becomes Maya's adoptive uncle. Years later, Maya witnesses Clint Barton assault the Tracksuit Mafia and kill her father. Fisk arranges for Maya to work under him, promising to find William's killer. During a mission for Fisk, Maya is attacked by Daredevil. And in December 2024, Maya encounters Barton, and after learning Fisk arranged William's death by tipping off Barton, avenges her father by shooting Fisk in the eye. 5 months later, Maya returns to Oklahoma, meets with her cousin Biscuits and her uncle Henry. She convinces them not to let anyone know of her presence. Maya asks Henry to help
Chris.
operation.
Yeah,
This is a long synopsis.
Yeah, it is. That's it. But that's episode 1. So basically, episode 1 blows through all of Hawkeye, shows us flashbacks of Hawkeye, shows us shooting Fisk in the eye.
It gives us some information too that's pretty cool. That Daredevil did not disappear during the blip. That he was active in these streets, which is interesting to see where that universe is.
It also doesn't talk about, that's not how the series starts. The series starts in some sort of primordial ooze water cave where sentient human looking creatures come out of the water, and a female looking form drinks out of a puddle in the middle of it, or like a basin in the middle of it, and then the whole thing starts crumbling. And then it cuts to they're standing in a field fully clothed. Oh, FYI, they were totally naked in the cave, and now they're clothed in some sort of field.
And their shell is breaking off.
And for those of you who watch What If, I was stopping and thinking, is that episode? You know what I'm talking about, Rich? The Native American episode in What If? I thought, like, are these the same characters in a different universe?
But then the answer is not really.
No. They're like the creation of their ancestors, their gods, the Chatwa people.
Yeah. It's actually an hour from me. So the casino that Fisk says he's staying at is an hour north from me, which is 2 hours from where they're actually based in Oklahoma.
It's so
and probably about 20-hour drive from New York.
Yes. It's so interesting when I see a series like this. I go, was it a choice to take it out of New York, or was that a budgetary choice that affected the creative?
I mean, if you're gonna have a Native American character, you can't. I mean, it makes more sense to have it in Oklahoma versus New York City.
Echo's whole storyline in the comics is in New York City. She partners with Daredevil. She's a New York City vigilante, and that's pretty much where we believe she's going in the end. So, but it's easier to tell a story and shoot it in Oklahoma and in that region than it is to shoot it in New York or try to be in Canada and double for New York. So I wonder how much of this is a budget thing.
If I'm not mistaken, the creator, or not the creator, but whoever the woman that was in charge, she said pretty much that Echo's power set in the comic was boring. So I would imagine she just wrote her own little thing. Like,
that's stupid. Like, okay, can I tell you guys this real quick? I'm so happy you brought this up. I took a picture of this. They didn't go in depth on Echo's powers. Echo's powers are freaking dope. Yo, you see a little bit, but yo, she has the power to duplicate any physical action.
Taskmaster. Like, she had the power.
She's Taskmaster. So basically, she in the comics, she's a talented pianist. She's a music composer. She's an artist because whatever she sees, she can duplicate, including fighting style. So the first time she fights Daredevil, it's not just she's reacting to his movements. She's able to interpret his fighting style right back at him. Like, we could really have fun with this thing.
Is that why her character's name is Echo? She's echoing their movements. She's
that makes sense.
But then I guess they gave it a more Native American, that she echoes the ancestors.
And I'm saying they can give her the new powers if they want to, but like still keep the old ones.
And I read a little bit more. She also had the Phoenix Force.
She has I think she has it right now in the comics, I think. So Echo's a dope character. Yeah. Echo is dope. And
What's what happens when you get people who are not into the comics and don't even care about the comics to try to make a
Dude,
comic book movie, bro,
can
or
you-
a show?
Can you imagine that fight with Daredevil? And it was still a dope fight, but the way it was, like she's losing, then all of a sudden she starts fighting him, and
It starts matching him.
And it's not just matching, like it's the same exact fighting style. It's a fighting style she did not have 5 minutes ago. All of a sudden, she's
they do that in that Tony Jaa movie. Is that the Protector or On Bach? One of them.
probably the Protector.
They swap fighting styles mid fight, and it's pretty sick.
Dude, okay, so yeah, but let's talk about the dopest part of episode 1, which is freaking Daredevil showing
Daredevil.
up in
And he
that
has
red
the baton.
costume
With the batons.
with the
that shoot out.
batons, and
It's the only time we see him too in the whole series.
only time we see
the
him,
only time, yeah.
and he wasn't as fantastical as She-Hulk. Like he wasn't doing flips that he couldn't do in real life.
But neither was D'Onofrio, right? That's what was interesting. Like they toned the thing down,
Which is good.
But
The
it still was-
He doesn't need to be a superhero.
but it still was more heightened than the Netflix series. Like the fighting here was still way more smooth, and the hits didn't feel like they hurt.
it was
as
more
much.
comic booky for sure. I mean,
Right.
even
But
the
not
fun
as much as
with his
She-Hulk.
weapon.
Yeah,
Well, anything's better than She-Hulk, to be fair.
but I mean, the choice of the fighting styles, like She-Hulk, straight up was like a Marvel movie. Whereas,
yeah, I can take a little bit of a stylized fight versus like giving everyone straight up superpowers.
Can I jump a little bit?
Sure.
This was one of my biggest conflicts watching the series was a lack of
texture.
no, a lack of a lack of consistency. So they set her up as you stood toe to toe against Daredevil, and even D'Onofrio's character says it. He goes, "You did way better than I was expecting. You're the first person, sans myself, to stand against this guy," and he bounced. Daredevil bounces in that fight.
I was wondering,
Yeah, why?
Right?
Like it didn't make any sense.
So he didn't lose the fight, but he sure ran from the fight.
Oh
So-
no, I didn't interpret it that way. I interpreted it as he was just there doing the surveillance thing. He's like,
Okay,
I've
but
been
he
watching
bounced.
these guys for months.
Right.
So he wasn't
right.
surveillance. He got involved, and
After
then
they got involved.
That's right. But then he beat everybody except her. He leaves, right? So you go, okay, they set her up on a platform. Then we see her take out 10 people at a time.
Mhm.
And then there's a scene where there's 3 petty thugs at best, like not even street level
Talk
thugs.
about it. Talk
Not even
about it.
street level thugs.
Bunch of country bumpkins, and they talk about it. Go talk about it. Talk about it.
And she can't take a weapon away from them, but somehow she MacGyvers some sort of technological thing based off of roller skates that shoots BBs out of it. I'm like, I was so confused by that episode that the whole thing felt systematically undone. Like, how is she taking out Daredevil, standing her own? How is she taking on all of Fisk's guys, but she can't take out a couple like?
So what happened when when they caught her? They snuck up behind her because she couldn't hear them coming, and they hit her with chloroform.
After that, when she's in the locker, and
her friend was there
before the friend. After that, and before the friend, and then even when the friend was in there, and they both have their risk things off, and they came in there, like she can't defend herself now.
Well, that whole episode felt paper thin anyway. But I agree. But honestly, that felt like a Netflix series to me. It felt like Jessica Jones can stop a car from moving, but she can't take down this thing. Like the power consistencies have always been all over the place.
And I guess that's one major thing for me in this content was there was a real lack of continuity there. Right? Is she capable, or is she like wickedly not capable?
Well, that's the problem of opening the show with kind of how the comic feels, which is if you're going to make her, like you said, toe to toe with Daredevil, then we need to see Daredevil level bad guys show up.
Yeah.
You can't start with Daredevil and then we just dealing with like these country henchmen.
And not even really henchmen. The people those weren't. That guy, what's his name? Jane or Jamie, or he had like a girl's name. I forgot his name.
Like she went up against Daredevil on like her first night out. That's how skilled she is. So we need people. We need mercenaries that she's fighting by the end of the series, not like the skate guys.
She needed like John, because at one point she's fighting like John Wick. Like she's grabbing, she's shooting people in the head. Like she's like gangster.
That's dope.
And then
But that also made no sense, dude. She killed like 8 people in that skating ring.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
What the guy do with those bodies?
No, I got the impression that the guy that runs that skate ring, they do this is what they
getting rid of
do.
bodies for a while.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Getting rid of a
'cause that
body
guy-
is not a big deal.
That guy
And-
works
Yo.
for Fisk. So
Yeah, so
yeah.
I thought that too. Then I realized, no, this has been the family business.
yeah.
Like the grandfather was like, I couldn't do the family business anymore. So no, yeah, they can get rid of a body in Oklahoma is easy, right, guys?
Listen,
Let me know in the chat.
listen.
Yeah,
Don't ever trust anyone with a pig farm. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
All I gotta
Pig will
say.
eat through bone. They'll eat through everything.
But
That's true.
so yeah, so I agree with that, like tracking that. But that Daredevil, seeing Daredevil in this was dope because it was the Daredevil ish.
It
But he
was
never
dope
comes back.
until they started fighting. Because some of that fight was just like, I mean, there was bits of it where it was CGI, and I was like,
CGI.
and it was like, yeah, like
No.
the points where he hopped up and got kicked.
that was not the CGI.
Yes, I looked into this. There were a few points in that where it was CGI, and you could tell. Well, obviously you couldn't tell. They fooled you. They got you. They got you. All right,
Why,
they did a good job.
Why was it CGI?
I don't know. Maybe he just couldn't perform it.
It's a stunt
I
double.
couldn't tell you. I mean, maybe the stunt double couldn't do it. I have no. I couldn't. I can't.
I
answer
can
this
do it.
question for you.
Oh,
Do
here we
it.
go.
Do it.
Do it right now.
Yeah. Anyway, but then, like the fight was up, and it just so it for me. It was just it wasn't that gritty fight that I liked from Netflix. It was a little bit too stylish. Because there was one move she pulled, which is a cringe move anywhere. But when she's like, when they hit that like the leg grab into a downward kick type thing,
They do, yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. This dude didn't see that coming. I know he can't see, but he didn't see that
You
coming.
walked right into that
He
one.
literally walked right into that. But stuff like that, I'm just like, but I can overlook that. But my question is, why did he run away? It didn't make sense.
I don't.
Even because I know at the end of it, she grabbed the shotgun and she shot. But I'm like, he faced many dudes with guns before. Like,
I didn't get the impression he ran away from her. I don't know
What
why
was he
he
running
left.
away from?
yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't get the impression that he ran. I think he got I got the impression that whatever work here he's supposed to have is done. Like he's not
Why
here
did
to
he
just
involve?
fight. He's not in here to fight people. He's just here
Then why did he get involved?
because you need to see a fight scene.
we need the
No,
legitimate.
And honestly, I think it's as half baked as that. I don't
It
think
was
he
an
ran away
awkward
from her.
ending.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? My issue with the fight scenes in this series, when you think about the Netflix ones, is no one plays their injuries. The thing about Netflix Daredevil is he wore them bruises and limped for the whole season.
Yeah.
Every fight he got into had a consequence. She gets kicked in the face and like next day, not even a bruise. Like there's no consequence to the
Her
brutality.
sister did keep that black eye when her cousin Bonnie kept
She
that
kept
black eye.
It needs to be more. That's what makes fight scenes gritty. It's not just the actual fight scene, but it's them wearing it afterwards.
You know, I gotta be honest. I didn't feel like the series warranted the need of like we seriously see people get shot in the head in this series, and I didn't think the tone of the series, the combat of the series, the texture grittiness of the series even warranted the need for it.
I needed it.
It still felt like Disney for me, though. It wasn't. It wasn't
exactly. Punisher walked around with etc. Punisher walked around with like that freaking caved in eye for like an entire season. Yeah.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like the Punisher series, the some of the Netflix series, they felt like you wanted that violence in the content because that's what the content was. This felt like we're gonna do it so we can get the rating, but it wasn't even the content.
No, I needed them getting shot in the head. I needed something to be a little bit adult about this. I didn't listen. Moon Knight and all that stuff was fun, but as dark as it's supposed to be, Marvel Knights, those felt like cartoons. So at least the level of violence here, at least it's made me feel like I'm watching a series.
But that didn't feel like there was consequences to it.
There were no consequences. Listen, she was a heartless person from the beginning. Okay, let's talk about when she was a kid and she hit that woodpecker and then straight up lied about it.
Yeah,
hey, mama, you gonna
She's
bring
a
me back?
psychopath.
No, and Rich, you have a point, and that's a big issue with this series is they redeem her to be a hero without dealing with her sin.
Right.
No, she's a bad guy. She's a straight up bad.
No, but by the end, she's redeemed because of the ancestors or whatever. But we never dealt with the fact that you've made many a children fatherless.
Can I be honest about that?
don't deal with it.
Actually, I was confused because the ancestors, the way the content set up the ancestors, as I understood it, is they came in great times of need for people for the tribe who is connected to their origin roots.
Right.
Except for Echo is the first person in their generational tree who is clearly a horrible person. And so I was confused.
Oh, I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. Okay, never mind. Go on. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm just saying she's not a redeemable character. So why the ancestors? Her mother was a healer.
Yeah.
But we got no indication the ancestors chose good people. They chose their family to fight outsiders.
Well, I mean, okay. With that being said, why didn't they fight the outsiders of the white man taking them off their land?
They did that one. The one with the
They
brain.
did.
That was they were bounty hunters.
No, the light horsemen. No,
They were like sheriffs.
They were police. Yeah, and they took out the white people.
This content's not set on an Indian reservation, right?
At the end they thanked the Choctaw Indians.
Yeah,
so that's their land. That's not an Indian reservation.
I believe it's a reservation. Yeah, because they thanked them for the cooperation at the very, very end.
No, that's not a that's their land. That's not a reservation. A reservation is like they taking off their land and thrown somewhere else.
I got the impression from the thing at the end that it was their land. It can go either way.
So I know my neighbor is part of that. They're part of that Indian.
Well, a reservation is usually self-governed, right?
Yeah.
Like it might be in Oklahoma, but the laws that exist there aren't Oklahoma laws per se, and vice versa.
In real life, I don't know, but as far as the show is concerned, I didn't get the impression that they had their own laws and own systems.
I didn't either. I didn't get that sense watching the show. Like if you watch Longmire, which is on the border of a reservation, it's really interesting to see how the two components work with each other.
The reservation is run like their own district. It's run like a town that has their own separate laws. Yeah, so they're still not above U.S. law.
I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about the fact because a reservation people. Native Americans on reservations were displaced from where they were originally from. Right, that's my understanding. Okay,
originally,
my thing is, are they on their own land or are they on a reservation? If they're on a reservation, why didn't the ancestors feel the need to give someone the power to stop?
It's a good freaking question.
Well, it seemed like
that's that what if episode, Rich. Mm. That's what happened in that what if episode when they all came and took out all the colonizers. I got the impression from this that this was their land that they don't seem to have any jurisdiction on.
Well, if it's their land, then my question can go off to the wayside.
I'm talking about real life. I'm talking about based off the content. In real life, I don't know. But based off the content, I didn't get the impression that it was their reservation. I felt like they didn't have any. It didn't feel like there was any self-governing for me watching the content.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me check this real quick.
Which is interesting that it's like their own land as far as where they're from, and most of their family on this land does criminal activity.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Yeah. And we didn't really unpack that, but that's very interesting. But I would say, like it's interesting to see someone kind of become this kind of heroic figure without earning it. She didn't earn it.
I mean, I didn't want her to earn it. I wanted her to still be like play that hybrid role. It's fine for her to save her family, but I still wanted her to be a bad guy at the end. Like I really wanted. I didn't want that redemption at the end.
But she's not a bad guy in the comics, so it's not going that far. She actually puts on the Ronin suit in the comics. Daredevil asked her to. So, and Disney's not making a Sopranos show.
Yeah,
this is always going to lead to her being some sort of vigilante. And they've done everything to kind of redeem her as far as using her trauma as why she is the way she is. But she hasn't dealt with her sins. She has not dealt with it. And when she goes against Kingpin, and he says, like, basically, you can't blame me for this. You've killed all the
what do you think you
hundreds
were
of
doing?
people. What
Yeah,
do you think you were doing?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Right,
She was
and he goes so far as to say, and you never protested.
right.
It wasn't like you ever said anything in protest.
Echo is a roundabout sort of way comes across as Ray Palpatine.
Oh, from
Ray,
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Hmm.
I don't recall. Does she? Ray wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I get it. Maybe it's just in relationship to a different. I think, yeah, because she even tries to say you isolated. She was still coming up with excuses for why she did the bad she did. And
yeah.
I kind of needed her to own that at the end.
I mean,
Yeah,
I would have been fine. I would like. I know you said that. Yeah, we're not gonna get a Sopranos series, and she does become good. But I would have been fine if she would have never found if her arc was just her reconciling with her family, but doesn't necessarily mean she becomes a good guy after this.
But here's the thing. I think as far as a story having a moral center, one of two things needs to happen. She either confesses her sins, does everything in her power to make it right by doing good, or she brings a hammer to Fisk's head and takes over the crown. You can't do the middle.
Yeah.
The middle is
It's
vague.
halfway crooks.
Well, and they
no
did
such
the
thing.
same-
Chris, you said it. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. He's scared to death. He's
That's
scared to look. He's shook.
Sorry.
Sorry, Jack. There's always room for a Mob Deep break. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, and then they do the same thing in the final showdown. They just superpower the whole town, which always
Pretty
kind of
much.
feels like a cop out. I'm like,
Pretty much. They
That was a
Thored
cop
that
out.
thing. They
and
Thored it.
then what?
They
what was
did Thor Love and Thunder it.
They were like, "Here, take it. We can do this."
Yeah,
but
everyone
Thor
gets glowing
Love and
pearls in their
Thunder
hands.
just-
And then,
But
But it's not
what was better about this than Thor is the last battle of
Nothing?
this episode. Everything. The last battle of this episode was a psychological one, making
Yeah.
Fisk get rid of the pain. That was the fight. The actual
That
fight
was the
wasn't.
there's no fight.
Let me cure you of your childhood trauma.
Guys, we playing chestnut checkers. That was the fight.
Hang on.
That's
But
the
they
fight.
didn't actually
Let me
do that.
cure you of your childhood traumas.
They-
And Fisk
they-
is upset about that. He was like, "What did you do?
What did you do?
No therapist in 20 years could cure me. And what did you do to me?"
Oh, hang on. They didn't do that. I'm sorry. They hinted like that's what they were going to do, but we never saw that happen in the inner world of his mind when that was happening.
That's
he didn't
true.
actually resolve it.
Then he won the fight, but that was the fight.
he walked
Then-
away. He just
Then
walked away.
she
He was
lost
like,
the
"You know
fight.
what?"
And wait. And then for her to lose the fight with all the ancestors behind it,
She didn't
what
lose
kind
the
of-
fight.
She didn't lose
She
the
had
fight.
she had to break him down enough for him to decide, let's just pack it up and go home.
Yeah, he was like,
That's all he needed.
This is weird. I need an adult. I'm leaving.
So
I
then
need
that's
to
her,
take a
so
nap.
then
I'm
that's
outta
her
here.
superpower. Wait, hang on. So that's her superpower because we see it in episode 1 with Daredevil. He packs up and leaves, and we see it in the Theon fight.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she just has the ability
Why
to
am
make
I
you go
fighting
like,
you?
I
Why are
have
we
better
doing
things
this?
to do.
He's like, I gotta go.
Yeah, that's a sick
I'm not
power.
going to do this anymore.
I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
I got a quiche in the oven. I gotta go.
Then you go home and you're like, why did I leave?
Become the mayor of New York.
Speaking of which, they're hinting at him becoming mayor at the end, Kingpin,
Yeah.
which I'm sure tracks in the comics, some arc,
Yeah.
which is probably going to show up in Daredevil Born Again. Guys, I liked this show. I thought it was better than like all the Disney Plus shows except Loki season 1 and maybe WandaVision. And I loved Hawkeye, but that was sentimental. But I thought it was good. Was it great? No. But was it a nice departure from the Disneyified, like just jokes for jokes for jokes? Like we had some really great moments with the characters, the grandmother and the daughter, like some real scenes and real characters. I care more about supporting characters on this show than probably any of the other supporting characters in any other Marvel series on Disney Plus.
They really did my man Biscuit wrong. He had to sell his freaking PlayStation.
Rich, you like Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Everybody like Biscuit.
My man had to sell his PlayStation to fix the truck. Yo, Maya could have thrown some ducats his way. Like,
Yo,
Yeah,
can we talk about how Biscuit's the kind of dude where you don't got to tell him what the problem is? He's just gonna go. So
Yeah.
I just need you to follow me on this train. He don't ask no questions. He's a little
No.
apprehensive, but he goes. I enjoyed the series. If they're coming out with Echo season 2, am I jumping for joy excited? No, but I'm down to watch it. Do I like that this is kind of cleaning my palate off of what I saw in She-Hulk and at the end of Hawkeye as far as Daredevil's concerned?
Yes.
Absolutely. D'Onofrio got to play color. Like we got to see Kingpin the father in this, although I feel like we were missing some parts. I liked it. I
liked it too.
I think you
He
guys
liked
are
it
just.
so much he's gone to the falsetto.
That's not the falsetto, Jack. You haven't heard the falsetto.
Should we rate it? Are we beating it up, or should we just rate this thing?
No, wait, hang on. I do want to say one other thing. I'll tell you what I loved about the content.
Okay.
And it really was the supporting cast. I was genuinely, I laughed out loud how charming the grandparents' relationship was when
you
they
smell
came
like
back.
butter when I talk
and
Indian
it's
to you.
effortless. It's
It was
effortless
effortless.
too.
When he was like when she said when she came back for the sewing machine and it was still there and he cleaned it up and oiled it and put a nice little blanket over it and he said I knew you'd come back for it. I just had to wait. And you know, those are the moments I was affected by.
The first one, she's like, "You think I came all the way here to just get laid? I just trying to get.
He got
I just
my
trying
leg
to
like
get."
He was like, "Yeah, let's
Right.
go."
But so I would say what won me over with the content was the world of the supporting cast, and there was a lot of little rich, fun little performances and moments that made the content worth going through. Seeing D'Onofrio back in the role, although it wasn't what it's still not the Kingpin we had in the Daredevil series. D'Onofrio had a role where they let him work it, and that was nice. And
he was wearing a suit too.
He
That wasn't all him on
that
that
Hawaiian shirt.
No, I'm talking about he's wearing a fat suit. There's something about I think they gave him a fat suit. There's something about his stature that looked
it looked a little
different.
Off. Yeah.
I think I kind of but they took him out of the Hawaiian shirt. You know, they were like,
we did get it in a flashback, but yeah, they took him out of the Hawaiian shirt.
So there was a lot of things I liked about the content. And
a couple of things that I'll just say real quick before we rate it that I did find jarring was I needed more texture. She got off the motorcycle, her boots were clean, her jacket was clean, but her face was dirty, and I was like,
"Your face is covered."
But not that it's covered, but it's like no one's shoes should be clean.
Let me say this in comment to what Lawrence just said. If anyone has ever driven cross country, and she rode that motorbike from New York to Oklahoma, if you've driven cross country in a car, you'll get out of your car at a gas station. You'll notice the massacre of bugs that are on all over your. You're like, yeesh. That happens on a motorbike too.
Yes, it does.
It 100% does.
And we don't gotta gross out all that, but it can't look like she just bought it.
Yeah,
it can't be like Reacher where he buys these clothes from a thrift store and they look perfectly clean.
And brand new tailored.
It's the last action hero thing where you just wipe the tar off your face and you're ready to go.
And that's cool if that's the kind of right. And it's cool if that's the kind of content you're in, but when you're supposed to be more grounded. And also the end, like she found out that her grandmother and her cousin were kidnapped. How did she know to go to the festival?
A horse stable thing underneath?
Like, how did she know? I was like, how did she?
The ancestors told her to go? I don't know.
But they didn't. I could have bought it if they did. I felt like that bird flew away and then she was kind of on her own. And then
I felt
why
like
are you
they
at the festival?
wanted her in some sort of superhero suit so bad.
She already had one on that was kind of weird for her to walk around.
What is she wearing? Just rocking gear, just mad gear.
But like for no reason.
For no reason.
Right. That was awkward. But then they give her a nice scene with her mother, but solely just so the mother can give a monologue about why she needs to put this clothing on.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Like
and also, I had a whole thing. Like, it felt like to me like she just didn't like her family. She always seemed upset and annoyed. I'm like,
they abandoned her, Rich.
They didn't abandon her. They left.
Her grandmother did. Her
grandmother abandoned her.
Yeah.
Because the father was still in the path. The father was still doing dirt. That's the reason why
she didn't. She didn't know what's going on. She's an innocent little child. and her
The
grandmother
whole
abandoned
neighborhood
her.
kind of doing dirt, which was weird.
Yeah, the
The
whole
whole,
family.
yeah, the whole
Grandfather
family was
was
doing dirt,
involved
except
in
for
the-
Biscuits. Biscuits will always be my man.
But no, he's
Yeah.
but he's ride or die for a reason.
Yeah.
He knows not to ask questions for a reason.
Listen, the
But
guy's name is
he
Biscuits,
knows not to ask questions, but he's not part of that life, right?
That's
Yeah,
He's
it.
just like he's that
He's
that one
about
that
that life
wants
or not about that life.
right. He wants to be a part of the life, but everyone's like, no. You go over there and be a regular citizen. But if anything was to go down, he'd be like, yo, let's do it.
Let's
That's
do it.
Biscuit.
And he's
So
like,
why was that weird telescope on the top of that one tower, but only could face the one direction because the other side of the tower had a metal?
It's so that he can watch that specific thing. So you know that 20 years later, when she comes back, she's going to look at that one specific thing.
So many weird
Obviously,
things
Jack.
in the content that the series has so many things like that where it makes me
contrived.
yes,
Just contrived
asking
things
too
that
much
look
of me.
obvious. Yeah.
Oh,
And
like
that's
when
what,
she almost ran into the back of that truck and she woke up because the truck honked its horn. That doesn't
Right.
make sense.
No, wait.
That didn't make
Look,
any
dude.
sense.
When that happened, I also have to say this: the fact of how much the ALS is in there and signing and that reality of the world. I like that it was in the content,
etc. You didn't like Biscuit? That's Echo's sidekick, right?
Yeah,
Biscuit.
Yeah,
Happy
Biscuit.
Biscuits he's talking about.
We like Biscuit. I mean, he's a little dull and brainless and
A
doesn't
little
seem
limp,
like
Yeah,
but
he's
Biscuit.
lovable. He's a lovable,
lovable.
brainless
He's
dude.
lovable. And guess what? He has something better than a gun. He has a freaking
He's a monster
Monster
truck.
truck.
He's a 1987 F-150.
Wait, hold up though.
Where
That
did he
was
get the
his
monster
mom.
truck?
That was the grandma's truck that got demolished. That he turned into a
It
truck.
wasn't demolished. Just the
No
winch was broken.
shot.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. Can you do that in a couple of weeks by yourself?
At that point, I just gave up on paying
But
attention
where
to
did
this
he
movie
even get
because
the
I didn't even
time?
question where he got the monster truck from.
He
I just
got
knew
it
he had
from
it.
everywhere the light touches, Jack.
But you're telling me that
Everywhere the
those
light
tires were
touches.
everywhere the light touches? But the chassis that went under the truck, the tires alone, you're talking about thousands of dollars on this suspension.
Jack, you always know how you're finding
Yeah, he
super
was a bit
expensive
one-dimensional,
off-road equipment in
etc.
junkyards. That happens in real life, Jack.
Yeah,
How you're
okay.
finding-
All right.
No,
you know how you're
but
finding specific to your model. You walk in and you know what?
You have junkyards work. I would have believed that he found maybe
But to-
2 or 3 of those tires.
But to
the fourth one,
Jack's
definitely
point, when you have content that grounds itself in realism, then you can't just bring a monster truck out of nowhere.
And he
If you-
made it in weeks. He made it in
Right.
days.
If you have content that's closer to some of the other stuff on Disney Plus, we'll rock with it. We're not going to
How
ask so
long
much
would
questions.
it take to retrofit a truck to what he made it?
I mean, really, you could do it in a couple of days. If you have a full shop and all the parts you need, you can do it.
But he was doing it by himself in a junkyard. I mean, this guy, Biscuits is the Tony
His
Stark.
grandfather made a whole prosthetic leg out of a vacuum cleaner in a couple
Ooh,
hours.
let's
And a
talk about
bicycle.
that. Can we talk about that?
No.
And the other one, the final version of it was like carbon fiber weaved.
But that took him a while to make that one, though.
Yeah.
You're right. It took him 4 days instead of 3 hours.
How long does it
Right.
take you to make a prosthetic leg that's got a carbon fiber with your native symbol on it?
Okay. Anyway,
Let's rate this thing.
Maybe the grandfather had a 3D printer we didn't know about.
right?
No, all that is the wisdom of the elders, and that transcends ability.
The wisdom of the elders that told him to buy that 3D printer in the back room that you don't tell anyone about.
Don't tell anyone
Okay.
about.
Yeah,
All
We
right.
rating it? Let's
rate it. Let's rate it.
go
We're
ahead.
running overtime anyway.
There's no time.
Let's let these two go first, Jack. Let's let these
I give
guys
it a
go
6.5. I thought I liked it a lot.
What'd you say?
Wow.
4.5?
Oh wow.
6.5.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Isn't a wow. That's pretty.
What did he say?
appropriate.
What was the number?
6.5.
Six and a
6.5.
6.5.
You gave Echo a 6.5?
I did.
That's pretty good. That's not accurate. I feel like you.
Yeah.
Rich,
Lawrence, what do you give it?
I'll give it a solid 6. Solid
Yeah.
6.
Wow.
Okay, I'll round down to a 6 if it makes you guys feel.
Rich, I think
Wow,
you
wow.
gave freaking that Predator movie a 7. You gotta keep
enjoyed
that.
Predator
You gotta
movie.
keep that same energy.
I enjoy me some
You gotta
Yauch
keep that same
entertainment. Okay.
What do you
All
give
right.
it, Rich? What do you give?
I'm
Echo?
giving it.
Come on.
I was
Be
going to
real.
give it a 3.5, but since
You're
Biscuit,
ridiculous.
for my man Biscuits, I'm gonna round up to a 4. All right,
This is
That's
not
what I
a
thought you were gonna
4.
this is a 4.
All right. What about you, Jack?
If it weren't for the fact of the supporting cast and some of the moments they had, I would
Which
probably
always is rounds out content, so that's not a special thing. That's part. That's
no,
part
but
of the story.
it was, that's what's funny. It is what actually made this content special. Watching it for me,
Yeah,
if it weren't for the fact of the supporting cast and that element of the story, I probably would give it a 4. But I really enjoyed certain moments that only came out of the performances. So I'll give it a 5, and I think that's pretty fair. I mean, the combat is good in some places, but really confusing in others.
but it's not Iron Fist. It's not bad.
But
Iron Fist was
is like a
bad.
2. Iron Fist lucky to make a 1.
But I'm
This is better
saying,
than
Iron Fist. Let's talk about Iron Fist. Iron Fist spends
Wow.
3 episodes where the main character says, "I really need to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I really want to talk to you. Can I talk to you?" And then he's given the opportunity to talk, which they kind of have something similar in this. They go, "Hey, I want to talk to you. I need to ask you a question. I ask you a question." And in Iron Fist, they go, "Okay, what's your question?" And he never asked one question. He's given the platform, and the writers had no idea what that character wanted. So yes, you're right. It's not Iron Fist, but Iron Fist is probably a 1.
I was just talking about the combat, Jack. You went all the.
Oh, you're right.
Just
Right.
talking about the
So,
combat.
that rounds out to 5.25, which I think is a fair rating.
The combat in
Whatever.
Iron Fist also didn't make much sense. I mean,
No.
fairly
I will
simple.
never give something where D'Onofrio is doing so much good work as Kingpin anything under a 6. You guys are tripping. You guys are spoiled by all your riches.
Hang on.
D'Onofrio is not carrying this show. All right,
He kind of is though.
Right.
even Kingpin,
He
Kingpin's
kinda
shoulders weren't that
is.
strong. All right,
He's very good in it. You know, Lawrence, I gotta agree. Listen, you won me over. I give you another 0.5 for that because you're right. D'Onofrio it's wonderful to see him back, but
Etc. You got to choose, man. You can't say 3.94. You got to choose solid numbers. You
Yep.
got to live with it for the rest of your
go
life.
to 3.9. Go
Live
to
with
Go with
3.9.
the-
Don't let them
All right.
bully you into changing your mind. Okay,
You're bullying him right now, Rich.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
All right. So,
Wait, Jack's changing his rating
oh,
because he just realized he's taking a crap on probably the second greatest, if not first greatest Marvel villain of all
Let's wrap
time.
this up.
yeah.
All right, come on. What'd you say?
Yeah, first grade
Kingpin is probably the best Marvel cinematic villain of all time. Yes, above
yeah.
Thanos.
Okay,
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I
yeah,
heard
except
something
for
else.
we had Thanos in this version.
No, Thanos ain't love his kids.
He loves them enough to give him some training. You know.
Whatever.
All right.
Half his kid, he
Fed them.
destroyed most of her body.
All right,
fed
listen, our combined score is a 5, and if we factor in ETC into this conversation, because he's offered a score, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this content, offer a score. We'll factor in 2.
No, that's not the rules. But
We're
go
not
ahead.
doing that at all.
It's
not the
it's
rules.
still about a 5. It rounds
All
to
right.
a 5.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, that's not
No.
fair to me, but I have to eat it.
Our combined score, ETC, that means you're giving it a 5. You're giving it a 5. We've given it a 5. That's pretty fair for this. It got a point per episode.
Yeah.
It's not fair when you go back and see we gave the Spartan a 5. It's not fair at all.
Was it as good as this? I mean,
No, it was not.
It
It was not, Jack. Go back and watch. You got to go back and watch Spartan. All right. I guess, Chris, I should take the wheel because this is your segment. Do we have any recommendations?
Sure. I have some recommendations.
Whack-emendations.
I have my biggest
Hold on.
disappointment.
Jack didn't sing. He has to sing.
Go ahead, sing, Jack.
Yeah, sing in your falsetto.
Am I recommendations or recommendations?
Recommendations.
Recommendations.
There it is.
All right. So I have my biggest disappointments of 2023. You
Oh,
may,
good. Let's go out.
We didn't do this.
yeah, you may or may not have seen the content, and based on this, you probably don't have to see the content. Number 1, Aquaman. I don't know what movie half those people were acting in, but
It was a Frankenstein's monster. There's like 6 different endings with 2 different Batmen.
Oh, you
It's a
watched
Frankenstein
it. That's right.
monster.
I saw it. I paid money for it. It was a train wreck.
Wow. Momoa's charisma couldn't save that
Couldn't
movie.
save it. Number 2, Ant-Man. We talk about it all the time. Ant-Man was
Was that this year?
2023, yeah.
2023.
That let us know the road we were going down was not a good
Yep.
one. Sebastian!
And Bashy couldn't save
Yep.
us.
Number 3 was Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings show, Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And how can he be so beautiful yet so boring?
Rich don't say nothing.
Number four, this is good, is Velma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
man, that was this
And
year.
it's got a season 2 coming out, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then
really?
Yeah. Number 5 is Call of Duty. That campaign was a disappointment. And I'm a campaign guy because I'm not that good at playing.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm a
pretty bad.
campaign guy. And
he is pretty bad as well. Yes.
No,
Dang. Can I give an honorable mention or a dishonorable mention?
Go
A
ahead.
And I'm
dishonorable.
sorry, this is going to hit you in the guts because I heard your review on this. Transformers: Rise of the Beast was like one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life.
What are you talking about?
That
It's
plot
it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous
no-
he said that.
What are you even talking about?
It made no sense
Transformers.
whatsoever.
It was so
made-
much fun.
It had a fun soundtrack.
Oh, I almost gave a poop analogy just now. It
And
made
that
no
makes it-
sense. The one spark that can ruin things, the Beast could have just destroyed in the beginning, and it would have been fine. It made no sense. Why they need to bring on the porter? Why they got to bring on that dude to on this mission? Like he's so not qualified for this mission. Oh, because the caves are so small. We need humans
I
to
have
go
a
through.
question. Why does our thing say? Why does our thing say top 10 movies of 2023?
Because the host didn't change the title.
So we're at the end of the show. This was not that show. That's nice.
All right.
It's not that
That's
show.
all I got. Bash one shows his Jack Sparrow's sword.
Nice. You want to see mine?
Sure. Bashy, Jack showing his sword. Jack showing his sword.
Now I do have a pirate sword. This
Look,
is
he has a real pirate sword.
I have a scabbard that's pretty similar.
That's real. That's real.
Huh?
There's no way that's real.
That's real.
It's real.
That's dope, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't have a pirate sword, but I got a sword too. It's
Yeah?
real.
Take your sword.
It's all the way over there. I don't feel like getting it.
Okay.
And on that note, that laugh was so fake.
That's really cool.
Yep.
And I ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah, he's
I ain't
actually.
got to say nothing.
Lawrence. Sebastian pretends that he's in the shooting range, so he's wearing his glasses and his ear protection.
You are raising this kid to like be the next Jason Bourne.
All right.
I love it.
Those
I
Nerf
like-
guns are getting
I love when you
louder.
got all that gear, Sebastian. I'm surprised you're not wearing your gear.
Okay, thanks, Lawrence.
You should go put
All
your
right.
gear on.
Thanks.
No.
You should go get your gear and pretend Daddy's a warthog.
Nope,
that you
nope,
have.
nope. Don't listen to cousin Lawrence.
I will.
All right,
Yeah,
all right,
that's good.
Sebastian. What do you
All
want to
right.
tell him?
I want to tell you one thing.
No, about subscribing.
Subscribe or else you're getting shot.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
we don't condone
I know,
that.
I
but,
know.
Yeah, I don't think we can say that, but like, subscribe, and see you guys next time.
And run with fire in the air.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Boy.
I was too crazy. God never give me a gun.
Okay, but he has real shells in that gun. I don't know where they went. All right, guys, that's all I got. What, you guys got anything else?
Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll give you a cat ticket to ugly, good for nothing off a property.
Rich, is this some going out music?
1, 2,
Hey,
We'll try something out.
Yo, it's the three bros. We chilling.
Okay. Nope. I didn't put it on for that.
Why you
like,
hating?
comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the
Okay.
next one. Thank you for watching.
But
We out.
Peace.